They started all through the pistol. He did it right out the get-go, hiding from that first recon target.
A couple of spotlight thieves with a great supporting cast on NRG. Scuba and Brock just back and forth, trading out who is going to be the hard carry, depending on the round. But like you said, typically better on the attacker side. Let's see if that is going to continue. KC need one hell of a defense if they want to try to run this back. Granted, after what we saw yesterday, anything's possible.
True.
The 212 recovery from Nongshim couldn't close the series, though. So.
No. But it's one of those things that will be in everybody's mind for the rest of the event. You know, like everybody's going to be like, oh, you know, Nongshim did it. Oh, no.
Okay, well. Scuba fearlessly still stalking his way forward onto the
हेलो पाजी क्या मेरा आवाज आ रहा है मेरा आवाज आ रहा है इसका माइक का सेटिंग पता नहीं रुको मुझे चैट इधर खोल लेनी चाहिए
Scuba tagged up previously. Shakhtar would kill, but he's unable to find it. Meanwhile, Kiko, massive backstab opportunity. His way back through the defender's spawn. The rest of NRG, as tagged as they are, can try to hold this line. Kiko will very much benefit for it. There's Ethan trying to reposition, but decided to spray and pray and will be rewarded. One, Kiko now arriving on the bridge. There's the one, there's the two. The drop down the tailwind forward, gets himself in behind Orange. And right now, need to try to check for this, and this delays them.
Noise coming. हाँ यार इधर तो मैं सेटअप कर भी नहीं पाऊंगी.
He's fallen. Sugetsuno would have to do it all. He just doesn't have the time on his side. Scuba will go out, find that kill, and NRG will get the pistol all the same.
Just so many layers to what they're doing in this pistol round. This is, you could absolutely spend serious amount of time breaking this.
बहुत ज़्यादा हो रहा है क्या noise? तो मैं ही देखती हूँ कुछ सेटिंग. भाई बड़ी मुश्किल से मैंने सेटअप करवाया है वो लोग से. हाँ मैं बूट कैंप से ही तो लाइव हो गई. रुको मैं इसमें कुछ फिल्टर्स ऐड करती हूँ शायद से ठीक हो जाए. और क्या डालते हैं? नॉइज सप्रेशन, नॉइज गेट सब डाल देती हूँ. Cancel, noise suppression.
Marshall brought into this one. Sugetsu with the bandit, going to be overwhelmed there at elbow.
Okay.
Only one shot to the shoulder. So Brock still pretty damn healthy.
Hello, Abhi.
And energy for now. I'm still just
Abhi
waiting to see if
AC
try to push forward, try to get information, try to make a hero play. They know that they're not going to have the util coming into this round to really be able to scout them out effectively, so they have to just do it with their own two eyes.
Yeah, this is the right call from NRG.
सही हो गया ना? अरे प्रोफेशनल स्ट्रीमर हूँ ना गाइस, खुद सही कर लिया. Hi Goldie.
Make the mistake of not being cautious against them.
Guys, first half तो मिस हो गया यार मेरा. रुको इसका क्वालिटी ऐसा क्यों है?
Shock dart's even going to start coming into the
मैं बड़ा अजीब लग रहा है मुझे ये सेटअप पे.
Here is scaling forward. He's trying on the back end.
पीछे थी क्या मैं?
Shots to the corpse.
Meanwhile,
Brock, now realizing that he has been intercepted, so will be contained away from the rest of the team, but the rest of the team pushing their way forward onto the B site, so all sites from KC now naturally have to be trained in this direction.
मेरे को नहीं पता कैसे बढ़ेगा. बढ़ रहा है क्या? बताना मेरे को. Thank you.
Sprinting through A, maybe up to bridge and trying to find a backstab opportunity. Making plenty of noise.
Vlog तो नहीं है, vlog मैंने किया ही नहीं.
Registering it there.
मुझे
Brock is just getting away with murder again.
मैं क्रू को बोल रही थी, मैं कहा मेरे से नहीं हो रहा है व्लॉग. मैंने सबको जाके बोला, मैंने माफिया को भी बोला, मैं सबको जाके यही बोल रही थी मेरे से नहीं हो रहा है व्लॉग. सब हंस रहे थे. बट ठीक है. I think I enjoy more when I don't vlog. So yeah, I had fun.
Brock with 28. Levin will be able to find the finisher onto the Sova.
This is Thug's room.
Wants to try to find anything else that he could possibly get, but it will just be a
volume में नहीं, मेरे को कुछ नहीं पता इस पे क्या कैसे होगा.
11-3 NRG.
इसका आवाज इसका ज़्यादा होगा शायद. इसका आवाज कम कर दो.
That's kind of been the story of the day today. EDG just couldn't muster up much of a fight earlier.
घर कभी जाओगे परसों?
So far it's been all NRG all day.
2 दिन मैंने जहाँ रूम बुक किया था उधर रुकी मैं, अभी 2 दिन गेमिंग हाउस रुकूंगी, फिर घर जाऊंगी, घर वापसी। भाई लेकिन मेरी किस्मत बहुत खराब है, मैं जब भी आती हूँ मुंबई प्लान बना के कि सोचती हूँ शूट करूंगी, बट कभी शूट पॉसिबल ही नहीं होता है जब भी आती हूँ मैं, मेरी किस्मत ही इतनी खराब है।
Give him the vandal. He's been damn good with it.
हाँ वॉच अलोंग करूंगी, किक पे करेंगे रात को, मैं सेटअप वेटअप मुझे देखना पड़ेगा कैसे करूँ। आज बूट कैंप में हो गई है, आज और कल बूट कैंप, परसों सुबह मेरी फ्लाइट है।
Nothing to be seen there. Meanwhile, 11 taking some space in mid. Really going to be seeing much of anything here is Kiko sticking around, but yeah, will get pushed back, and Levin on the counter swing is able to find him.
That was kind of the plan here for NRG. Leave Kiko to his own devices to see if they could get a little bit extra space over towards B.
कौन है भाई पता नहीं, मैं तो आई, मुझे मॉर्टल मिला, वो भी निकल रहा था, वो निकल गया और उसने बोला सब मोस्टली स्ट्रीम पे होंगे, सो मुझे कोई नहीं मिला।
Just double checking up over the top of the wall, still going to be able to find that elimination. Dawson, however, counter spraying, follows the tracers. Does manage to find the headshot. The jump up, and Scuba not quite going to be fast enough on that. 2 players survive. KC, once again, going to be preventing a bonus conversion.
Yeah, but still, again, pretty good damage being done by NRG. 3 guns dropped there.
Next match, mostly.
A little bit of armor damage to one of the other players.
अभी आवाज मेरा better है कि अभी भी कम है?
Sugetsu. Nice quick reactions from him. Rock's gonna have a Hunter's Fury already here. It's like he's gonna only go for the share.
आप लोग को पता नहीं है तो
what's he doing?
वो लोग सब निकल चुके हैं। थोड़ा कम है। अब इसका वॉल्यूम कैसे बढ़ता है?
Couldn't clear the knife, so
hello, same ही है, वॉल्यूम नहीं इंक्रीज हो रहा।
any attempts at pushing further.
ऐसा रखते हो, hello।
A lot of mid control here being established by KC like this. Makes it a lot more difficult for NRG. Forced them into the extremities. They go 8.
आदि धीरज भाई ये लोग सब चले गए ऑलरेडी, निकल चुके हैं पेरिस के लिए। Just saying.
I'll take that Marshall in a hand.
हेलो, गेम से कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा। हेलो, क्या आपको मेरा आवाज आ रहा है? हेलो मर्सी, ये गेम का कम करूं? गेम का और कम करूं? भाई पता नहीं, मेरे को तो अभी अजीब ही लग रहा है ऐसे सेटअप पे हो रहा। अबे क्या है, माइक गिरे क्यों जा रहा है? आज मेरा दिल नहीं टूटना चाहिए, हम सबका टूटने वाला है, अनफॉर्चुनेटली, यू नो।
Nothing found there. Recon out. Going to be exchanged on both sides. Things not found. Kiko trying to find a target, and he will. Levin's going to be taken down as obvious.
तुम लोग मानोगे नहीं, कल मेरे को बहुत नींद आ रही थी, मैंने सोचा चलो मैच देखते देखते सोती हूँ। मेरी आंख लग गई थी, मैंने कहा क्या है ये 0-0 चल रहा है, कोई गोल क्यों नहीं कर रहा है? मेरी जैसे ही आंख लगी, मुझे इतनी तेज आवाज आई, हालैंड ने गोल कर दिया। आई वाज लाइक व्हाट, ये मेरे सोने के लिए रुके थे क्या? तो भाई मैंने वो गोल मिस कर दिया, फिर मैं वापस सो गई, इतने में फिर से आवाज आई। आई वाज लाइक व्हाट, तो जब मैं सो रही थी ना तब तक गोल हो रहा था, हाँ क्रेजी वाला। और उसके बाद फिर मुझे नींद ही नहीं आई, उसके बाद मैं ऐसा देख रही थी, ऐसा फोकस करके कि अब नहीं सोऊंगी मैं, और उसके बाद कुछ हुआ ही नहीं, बस नेमार का गोल हुआ, सोया, अच्छा लगा उसके लिए मुझे। फर्स्ट 10 मिनट्स में पेनल्टी मिस किया, उस टाइम भी मेरी आंख लग गई थी, एंड मैं उठी ना तब मैं कंफ्यूज थी कि वेट, मैंने नींदों में ऐसा सुना था पेनल्टी रिलेटेड कुछ, तो गोल क्यों नहीं हुआ है? क्योंकि पेनल्टी में तो गोल मतलब दे शुड यूटिलाइज इट, एंड गोल मार ही देना चाहिए, वेस्ट कोई क्यों करेगा? एंड देन बाद में मेरे को समझा कि भाई पता नहीं विनी ने क्यों नहीं ली वो पेनल्टी, लाइक मेरे को नहीं समझता। फिर वो 2-2 होता, फिर लंबा जाता ना, मजा आता।
Sugetsu staying alive.
आज भी सो जाना पोर्टुगल का गोल हो जाएगा. वाओ.
Retreat here for NRG, but all of this
कैम इनवाइट कर दो. नहीं हो रहा. मैंने ट्राई
allows
किया.
for Scoop to
नहीं
go on
हो
this
रहा.
insert out through tunnel.
मुझे उनको फिर से
So we're
बुलाना
gonna kill me here,
पड़ेगा
1-for-1.
सेटिंग के लिए.
Fast
पता
pivot
नहीं
here.
कैसे होता है. हो ही
Depends on
नहीं रहा.
how active Levin wants to get. High tide put up.
किसी
in
को
front of his
पता है
face.
क्या
Is he gonna
कि
disrespect
कैसे
it?
होता है?
So risk if he does, but okay, just enough of a pocket to peek through.
Oh shit, my bad.
Levin needs to not overstep from here, because otherwise that could be a weapon recovered. It's just that one Vandal alongside the bandits. The former of which is still in mid and about to be surrounded.
वॉच लॉन्ग करोगे? हाँ करूंगी मैं. किक पे करूंगी लाइव.
Shifting over to the
Watch
side,
party
maybe
के बाद
an
guys
audio
kick
bait
पे
there from
करूंगी live.
Sugetsu. Either way, he has
ठीक
been
है.
outdone. And it seems like KC not finished
मेका
with that
मेका
quite
खेलेंगे
yet.
हम लोग पहले. मेका and then watch along.
Plata trying to find that stun. Setting up the smoke, but it's just far too late. It's not fast enough. Levin has the kill. Scuba will just retreat, go for the weapon save.
हाय अमर.
Carry that Vandal over into the
गोलकीपर
next
बहुत
round.
अच्छा था
KC
ना.
keep
वो
themselves
तो
up to
क्रेजी
6.
हाइप्ड अप था भाई.
Gotta give KC a lot of credit. Talked a lot about how good NRG was on their defender's side about reading their opponents. They're doing the same thing. They're finding their little individual style. They're
टाइटल वगैरह सब सही है. दिस इज EWC वॉच पार्टी. चिल करो.
Levin plays this so nicely here on the high tide. Sugetsu doesn't go down to the shorty there, even though Scuba finds that backstab. Levin plays this round.
What you
really,
do
really
in your
nicely.
free time? देखो घर पे जब होती हूँ मुझे लेजिट फ्री टाइम नहीं मिलता है. मेरे 12 से 14 आवर्स स्ट्रीमिंग में जाते हैं.
So a very important round here.
अभी इधर आके 2 दिन इतना वेला बैठी हूँ ना. मैं बोर हो गई लिटरली. मेरे से खाली नहीं बैठा जाता
Get
क्योंकि.
ready for the next one, but
बट अभी इधर ऑप्शन नहीं है ना. इधर मेरे पास सेटअप वेटअप नहीं था. कुछ था नहीं
Plays it
करने.
main. Could try to contain this for KC. Push forward. Sugetsu able to find the first, but Ethan trades it back. And this Bronc down.
What the fuck मर्सी.
Reckoning through. Blind is out.
तुम्हें
Levin
पीना
cleaned up
नहीं
the
आता है.
nine
वैसे
dead.
ये कोल्ड
3 to
कॉफी है.
2,
shit.
NRG. Back on the warpath. Try to take this up to map
Rudra,
point.
if I'll be going to Paris, you will get to know on my Instagram or even here.
Just plant. Try to find.
अभी जब तक मैंने बोला नहीं है तब तक मतलब नहीं जा रही हूँ. ठीक है.
Right, just swinging around the side. We'll be able to find one. Makes his exit. Gets him back into a 2v2. Suddenly it becomes a hell of a lot more doable. It's a swing in the corner on the raid. Finds another. Ethan dead. Kiko having to do it all. And he's
Oh my
shallow.
God.
Gets
वैसे
the
my
TK,
prediction is कि
NRG
NRG
now.
advance
Map point
करेगी
is theirs.
and
Ooh,
KC
that
will
got
be
real close.
eliminated.
KC just inches away from giving
ऐसे
himself
तो
a
रिकॉर्ड में
couple
बहुत
rounds.
अच्छा खेला था. है ना. थैंक्स यार. I was the MVP.
Nice little trade here early. The setup, the 3-man stack through mid finds value. They find open space.
व्लॉग नहीं आएगा मतलब किसका? कौन सा व्लॉग?
To get his team into a position where they can get that plant down quickly. Now facing the full.
अर्जेंटीना का मैच कैसा लगा था? ब्रदर मेरी फ्लाइट थी तब. लाइक आई एक्चुअली वांटेड टू वॉच वो गेम बिकॉज आई रियलाइज्ड कि मैंने मेसी को ऑलमोस्ट 10 साल से खेलते नहीं देखा है. लास्ट मतलब एल क्लासिको में ही देखा था. तो मैंने सोचा चलो ये मैच देखती हूँ. बट तब मैं बिजी थी क्योंकि मेरी फ्लाइट थी.
Well, it's a 1v1. It's a 1-to-1. It's an equal trade.
वो ऐसे इतना अच्छा था है ना.
Manages to find the kill.
आशीष एक्चुअली हो सकती है LCQ क्योंकि पाजी क्या था. मैं फिर से कंफ्यूज हो गई. 430 था 130 था. ALGS कल से है. मोस्टली तो कर लूंगी गाइस वॉच पार्टी क्योंकि कुछ शूट नहीं हो रहा है. आई एम वेरी सैड कि शूट नहीं हो रहा है. ये हर बार ही होता है. मैं इधर आती हूँ तब शूट पॉसिबल ही नहीं हो पाते. पता नहीं क्यों. लाइक माय किस्मत इज वेरी बैड.
Well, they should hear that though. I think Kiko made noise.
That's just an overdrive pop to expire. Levin not going to get the opportunity to use that at all.
430 है और so I'll have to choose कल guys EWC या LCQ. मैं पोल डाल दूंगी ब्रॉडकास्ट में. तुम लोग बता देना.
Not to be the case. He needs to try to join in alongside Mata sooner rather than later.
But he's going to be able to confirm the presence of KC.
रेड कार्ड भी है इसमें. वाओ.
Beautiful.
Exactly where he needs to be. Recon can be tucked away from, but Sugetsu's still going to be known. Attention split on both sides. The wall set up to try to cut this off. catch onto one. Eventually able to steady the spray. Snakebite over towards the arch side, but Mata's still going to be tucked over at backside. The stick having to come through, and Mata will be able to swing to perfection. Finds that elimination. It's going to be 13-6 NRG. Stumbling a little bit, perhaps a couple of those rounds, but for the most part, we're in full control on Breeze.
Yeah, this is just beautiful prep from NRG. Great execution from the players. Scuba, absolutely nasty over on that B site. Brock as well.
How much is your internet bill? पता नहीं.
Kiko, great with the op as
ये तो फर्स्ट मैप ही था ना. फर्स्ट मैप कैसे अलग से विनर्स क्यों दिखा रहे हैं? आपका वेट लॉस हुआ है ना पतले से. हाँ, मुझे इधर आते ही बोला. मैं इवेंट में गई, मुझे क्रू ने बोला, दिखते ही मिली ने भी बोला कि बहुत पतली हो गई है. मतलब बहुत तो वैसे नहीं हुई हूँ, अभी और करूँगी मैं. बढ़िया. That's W. ऐसा सब बोलते हैं ना. It feels good. क्योंकि की है, थोड़ी मेहनत तो की है.
But there was clearly one winner in it as Kiko popped off and brought NRG to 13. It was a 13-6 victory here in map number 1. Breeze NRG one win away from joining the rest of the teams in the playoffs as we welcome back our desk. It's Big Time and Kakuka. And Big Time, you've got two children that you've taught everything you know in this matchup. One of them having a great start, the other one not so much. And Kiko and DOS9, how does it feel to be so torn right now?
Look, I'm proud of them both for making it this far. I think DOS is fine. He will come.
ये बार-बार पीछे क्यों हो रहा है?
Kiko, I worked with him like right at the start.
वालो मैच क्यों नहीं हुआ? पता नहीं यार. वैसे तो पीसी में इश्यूज हो रहे थे. हम लोग का बार-बार पीसी बंद हो रहा था.
On this jet, and I feel like he should win today.
मुंबई कितने दिनों में परसों जा रही हूँ. I was here for 4 days. In hopes कि कुछ शूट कर लूँ मैं. इसके लिए मैंने लंबा प्लान बनाया था.
But aren't just me. Just most of it's me, but that's okay. No, but I do think when we talk about this map now, I really feel like NRG are so confident on this map of Breeze. I think they understand their own composition better than anybody. They know where to take these fights with the Harbor. It's so effective. Common Corp just felt like they were always on the back foot from a macro perspective.
Yeah, but especially when we're in this second half, you know, and there
Hitar,
was
thank you for 20 months.
Casey knew how to deal with the A entrance and how to play around mid, something that I think on the first half NRG were doing beautifully.
सबने प्रेडिक्ट किया था Brazil will beat Norway and Mexico will beat England. हाँ क्या?
Actually, NRG has to be.
भाई नहीं भाई, मैं तो ऐसा नहीं करती because
the work that NRG has
you know
done on this map is incredible.
Holland भाई crazy है भाई वो.
Not just today, but previous days as well.
Hi Dad, how are
Decided to
you?
take him from us.
You specs your screen time is too much. भाई इधर आके मेरा screen time कुछ भी नहीं है.
For me, it's all about the anchors on this.
और
defensive
चश्मा
side.
मेरे बैग
Scuba,
में
I think
किधर
Aurora
पड़ा
pulls
होगा
his
भाई
weight as
पता
well,
नहीं.
but truly, I think
But नहीं
on this
ज़रूरत
map,
है
Scuba is
फिलहाल.
so comfortable, so confident. He's able to do the hard jobs of locking down these difficult tight sides. He's coming away from every situation with more kills than he should, which is incredible.
Brazil out, yup,
This form
yup.
of Scuba is what got them the trophy.
He's all over my Insta feed. Same.
Second in the plus minus with 8.
कैसे हो शिरो बूटकैम्प खाली होगा ना? पता नहीं भाई, अभी तक तो कोई नहीं मिला मुझे.
Kiko, who again 22-9 was on fire here, and I like the point that you guys brought up. It was mid control early on that Casey had struggled with, and it just gave all different types of options here for NRG to execute on.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that especially with the harbors, I agree with you big time in the differences that we were seeing. I like the approaches also if we look at the Viper setups and whatnot.
कैम में मैं दिख नहीं रही हूँ? कैसे नहीं दिख रही?
Different from round to round, different between these two teams. So it's good to see that NRG is
दिख तो रही हूँ.
a victory like this one because it was difficult for them to even go up against Vitality.
Yeah, I'm for sure. I think Vitality
दिख
proved
तो
their
रही
class
हूँ.
in
How
that
good are
game.
Vitality?
I mean, I think they're very, very good. We have to talk about how great they are. But I do think NRG are still in a great position to make it out of this group now. They've closed their map pick, but time and time again, we keep
कहते
going
किसके
on
घर हो
map
आप?
here.
भाई मैं मेरे घर ही रहूंगी ना भाई, कैसी बातें कर रही हो?
And stylistically,
अभी
it's
मुंबई में
so
हूँ तो
different
इधर हूँ.
to this Breeze, so big up
कम
to
वीसी मेरा कुछ लॉकडाउन नहीं है इधर मैक.
As well, when we
ना मुझे आवाज आ रहा है कुछ ढंग से.
11
छोटू सा कैम है बस, बाकी सब सही है। कैम उल्टा मुझे बड़ा लग रहा था। तुम हो कहाँ पर बूट कैम्प?
Especially after we just watched BBL and what they're capable of doing, and all the great duelists that we here and there to see.
होटल बुक किया होगा ना? किया था ना, बट 2 दिन थी उधर। अभी 2 दिन बूट कैंप में ही हूँ मैं।
Yeah, well, the rest
This will be my room for 2 days.
Back NRG 1 win away from that playoffs. We'll have map number 2 after this. You're watching EWC.
कमलेश, जब लोग कम होते हैं ना और कुछ खाली होता है तभी रह सकते हैं, और अभी लाइक थक भी चला गया है, बहुत लोग चले गए हैं पेरिस। अगर इधर स्टे का नहीं हो पाता तो मैं कल चली गई होती वापस। मतलब फिर मैं लंबा प्लान ही नहीं करती क्योंकि होटल बहुत एक्सपेंसिव पड़ता है लंबा। हे तार, थैंक यू फॉर द 5 गिफ्टेड। W गाइस, W फॉर हितार्थ।
Play is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out,
कल आना पड़ेगा पास्ता के लिए शायद, है? नहीं, मैं इधर ही हूँ, स्ट्रीम करूंगी बस, फिर परसों चली जाऊंगी। जितनी बार दिमाग में आता है ना शूट नहीं होगा, उतनी बार सैड हो जाती हूँ मैं।
We were there for every click, every clutch, every respawn.
कंटेंट शूट कर लो, मत करो भाई, मत करो, बीटी होती है।
The proud founding partner of EWC, powering the biggest event in gaming.
मेका में हो? हाँ, मेका में हो। मुंबई में समुद्र भाई, बारिश रुकी नहीं रही है इधर, लाइक नॉन स्टॉप बारिश हो रही है। Did you watch BBL नहीं, वो नहीं देख पाई मैं। You like बारिश? मतलब मुझे सही लगती है बट इतना भी नहीं कि नॉन स्टॉप ही होती रहे। इधर का वेदर लिटरली इतना वो है बे, ऐसे वेदर में मन करता है बस पड़े रहो, बेड में पड़े रहो, टीवी देखते रहो, ऐसा मन करता है इधर तो। बहुत कोजी है। पुणे में मैं यही हाल है, ग्लूमी बहुत ज्यादा, धूप ही नहीं देखी है मैंने जयपुर से जब से आई हूँ। ट्रेन कैंसिल हो गई, फ्लाइट का पता नहीं भाई। आई होप मेरे टाइम पे ऐसा कुछ ना हो, दैट वुड बी सैड।
When they pulled out the sunset and almost got a desk, everyone was like, "Oh wow, you're going into Paper Rex's fracture."
जल्दी शुरू करो।
Across all the different ways to entry onto that A and B site. Yeah. And then Carmi Corp won, and so now Carmi Corp get to use that as their unique
चाय पकौड़े वाला मौसम, कॉफी पी के चिल करने वाला।
They really showed their resilience, and I think they really actually understood the map, probably even maybe more than they thought they even did, to the point where they play it, they win it, and they go, guys, maybe we should be picking this. Maybe we don't need sunset. Maybe this is the
कॉफी एंड नाचोस।
Hopefully they're able to
भाई चेयर पे तो ऐसा लग रहा है गिरने वाली हूँ।
Yeah, and also if we add on to the fact that NRG did lose
ऐसे मेरा आवाज कम आएगा शायद।
You know, if I am able to win against Paper X and Paper X is with them to
the old transitive property there, right? You know, I can beat A,
we just hope that this is but the thing is, like in Valorant, it's never like that, and it's always like rock paper scissors. It's not because you are able to win, you know, it doesn't work like that. For
वड़ा पाव तो खाए ही नहीं मैंने इधर।
Want to feel that way when they also want to surprise, think that you have to, right? Getting at this moment in the tournament where everything is at stake and you are not the favorite, you have to surprise. For the side of NRG though, when they played against Paper X, I remember asking the casters, yo, how did that game go? And they said said that NRG were always in control. The problem is that PaperX was getting a lot of momentum because at the beginning of each half, they were getting a lot of rounds on the board, and bouncing back from that was getting more and more complicated. And at the end of the day, it was PaperX Fracture. So of course, it's not something that they were exactly bad at.
Look, for me,
भाई मुझे इधर 2 ही दिन हुए, पता है ऐसा लग रहा है 10 दिन हो गए हैं घर से दूर. टोगो की तो इतनी याद आ रही है ना.
Just when it looks like it might all fall apart, that's when heroes are made.
अभी इसलिए डॉलर और विस्की को देखा बहुत अच्छा लगा.
They now have to pull off 2 perfect maps to get in front of that home crowd.
Well, I feel like there are a couple of maps where, you know, shooter's gonna shoot, you can just play straight up and work through your gunplay. But I feel like there are a couple of maps where if you come in with set strategies,
मैं bootcamp आते ही stream कर रही हूँ guys. मैंने अभी कुछ नहीं खाया है. सोचो टोगो आपको ना पहचाने. तालियां for आशीष का दिमाग. Holy true moment in introvert's life. क्या मतलब?
Yeah, I mean, and it's also the reason
होटल में भी रुके थे आप, तो और कहाँ रुकूंगी?
Because you have to play it so differently. You see, the roles have to shift around. It's, you know, the only one in the pool now where we see like
पकोड़ा नहीं
smokes players. Like, it does.
इस बार अच्छा खाना मिला मुंबई में.
It did look like a weakness when we saw it from them last. It's more about if they were prepared for it coming up in this veto. How much work have they put in since we last saw it?
Gaming house में हो, yes.
How much have they been able to improve?
तुम लोग को पता कैसे नहीं चल रहा है?
And Fracture, it's already a difficult map if we think about it from the angle of all the metas that we've had. What has been strong, how
यार EWC की watch party में थोड़ा सा ना ये कर नहीं सकते title वैसे.
How the double duelist is played, how you still have to manage to keep
कर
control
देती हूँ मैं.
of part of the maps. Looking forward to see if we get Team Heretics playing on this map, because actually at EMEA they had one of the better understandings. But on this one, I feel like I have to be on NRG's boats. I feel like they will continue that performance that they were having on Breeze, because seriously, they were just the better team.
Wow, that's some serious EMEA doubt from you. Not me, the truest of believers. Come and turn this around. They run the bracket. You gotta stop believing people. Now is the time.
All right, we're diving into.
Now is at the Etihad.
Defense first, running that double duelist, the same composition that we saw them run earlier against PaperX.
इस बार आपका फोन सेफ है. मैं कौन से कॉन्सर्ट में गई हूँ जो मेरा फोन सेफ नहीं होगा? अरे हाय नुम्बा, कैसे हो?
I feel like they're the most ahead in terms of that. Look for these cheeky set places. The saturate can find a lot of.
आपको कैसा लगा इवेंट में? It was nice. It was nice. इवेंट का व्लॉग आएगा? नहीं, मैंने नहीं बनाया. मैंने थोड़ा बहुत रिकॉर्ड किया था, but then I gave up as always. It is a nightmare to vlog in an event. And मैं तुम लोग को एक स्टोरी सुनाऊंगी ना, तो तुम लोग को पता चलेगा मेरी कैसी हालत होती है. You guys will laugh like crazy. माइक फिक्स करो, क्या प्रॉब्लम है माइक में? केशव, thank you for 19 months. यार माइक तो सही होना चाहिए वैसे. तो क्या हो रहा है माइक में?
For NRG, dominant regionally, but struggling whenever they get to the internationals. Dispatched on that.
ज़्यादा क्लोज मत हो. तुम लोग ही बोल रहे हो कि आवाज नहीं आ रही है. थोड़ा लाउड बोलने पे फट रहा है. मैं तो इसके लिए बोल रही थी क्योंकि तुम लोग कह रहे थे आवाज नहीं आ रही. यार गाइस, मेरा सेटअप नहीं है, सो मैं ज़्यादा फिक्स तो नहीं कर पाऊंगी चीजें. तो यार पाज़्मो होगा क्या? नहीं, वाइपर अभी भी नहीं है. पाज़्मो तो आई गेस मैं घर जाके ही खेलूंगी यार. इधर से मुश्किल है. अगर कल हो रहा होगा तो स्टिल माइट बी एबल टू प्ले, क्योंकि कल रात को तो क्या ही है मेरे पास करने को. We see Shiro streaming from Bootcamp before GTA 6. मैं कर चुकी हूँ पहले. Like past में मैं 2 बार कर चुकी हूँ इधर से stream.
They were able to kind of work the map in different ideas that kept PaperX guessing. So for NRG, you know, was that what you saw the other day enough here to give you the read? Was Bonkar able to put together another masterclass?
IRL करोगे कुछ भी मुश्किल है गाइस क्योंकि आदि वगैरह नहीं है कुछ सेटअप नहीं है इधर तो प्रॉबेबली तो कुछ भी नहीं हो सकता है इधर से अभी जितनी बार बताना पड़ रहा है उतनी बार रोना आ रहा है बट कुछ कर नहीं सकती
shots going to be coming through and he's going to try to play the rest of this out a little bit more quietly. The flyer going to be cleared. Ethan staying in
हेलो
trench.
तुषार
Here at the spike has
हेलो
that frenzy,
फिजार
wants them to
मेका
get that
कैमिलियन
first
9
with
बजे
them, but
आफ्टर वॉच
now
पार्टी
will be heard. Molly
मुझे
as
तो
well
वैसे भी
gonna be sent out
2-0
as
लग रहा है केसी तो घर जा रही
was able to find a third kill. Ethan with one as well. And now it's just
मुझे कराई आ रहा है मुझे बहुत ज्यादा आ रहा है
24.
मत
Somehow
बोलो
try to pull a 3K out of the hat. Still has to re-clear the entirety of the site. Drops back down. Has not been able to hold this to happen. All the mollies layered in. Kiko gets a 4K. And that is a scary way for NRG to start things off. Kiko just 2 charges.
मैंने ऐसा लग भेजा कि वालों का मैच ही नहीं अरे हाँ मैं भूल गई थी यार थैंक यू सो मच
bonus.
गाइस
Could even get it in the next
नुम्बा ने
round.
मुझे मैच के लिए गुड लक विश करने के लिए 501 भेजे थे यूपीआई में
weird start here.
इतना लक आ गया कि मैच ही कैंसिल हो गया एक्चुअली सामने वाली टीम को लक चला गया बिकॉज़ वो मेरी पिटाई से बच गई नो
It's that flash from Kiko into the double kill. And then when there's the Molly onto site, the Prowler into the Molly onto Ethan, that's when NRG actually swings to bail him out. Those are really good individual calls, those individual decisions in the heat of the moment that win NRG that pistol and keep the ball rolling for them. Couple rifles, Kiko Brock gonna be swinging with the Vandals. Well, Sheriffs, and then Mata with the Marshal. 4-man push. DOS9 Sugetsu. And immediately down to busted. Brock, Kiko, the Vandals making quick work of him.
That kill, Kiko. One away, so could just give him the spike, go for the plant. Meanwhile, they're going to try to overwhelm Mata, who's having some uncharacteristic whiffs with that Marshal. Just can't quite connect him. So orb grab, as well as that kill over to the hands of Narrate, who's now also 1 charge away. You can put that Marshal to use. The players still working their way over towards B.
You play a bit of post plant here. Have a lot for this. Sees, couple mollies. Casey, I would think just want to die to the spike at this point.
कल एपिक्स भी है हाँ कल एपिक्स भी है रात को एकदम एपिक्स अपने टीम का अपना टीम डी ग्रुप में है उनका रात को है शायद 9 बजे अराउंड से
Exactly who you want to be able to scoop up these remaining kills. Get towards that orbital. Second molly goes in. And Aves and Levin will go down. No one going to be giving him the angle. Aves will just fall to the spike alongside the Rays, and that's going to be a clean 2-0 start for NRG.
Now this next round gets really interesting because both Phoenixes have to run it back. So generally, as the defender, you're going to want to hang on to yours. You're going to want to wait until your opponent uses theirs before you start trying to make a move. Before you kind of have to react, unless you've got some kind of crazy good set play in the back, which I wouldn't mind here as Casey. I want to see them get a little bit more proactive on the extremities of the map. They've tried, they've been shut down, but you got to keep pressing as the defenders. You got to keep looking for those extra angles, extra advantages.
रीइंबर्स का गोल डाल रही हूँ जो कि मुझे पता है कोई करेगा नहीं
Widely left pretty unchecked at dish against
बट अब शूट नहीं हो रहा है तो we have to try.
He wants to test him early. I think this again screams good homework.
बचा लो गाइस कोई मुझे
अरे
thank you for another 501
you could at least clear this space. You don't have to necessarily
thank
go
you
for the big hit, but they're going to try.
Here comes that run it back, but Kiko will be grabbed by the C's. Trying to counter spray him out. Aves on the reposition just here alongside drop. Jumps up and over the top. It's quite a bit of damage, but will be able to get the jump on Kiko right as he snaps back. And Brock
ये क्या था?
KC.
सिर्फ ये राउंड जीतेंगे
on this anti bonus.
केसी को ये राउंड मिलेगा और फिर नेक्स्ट वाला फिर से हार जाएंगे ये लोग. I can bet on it.
Feel like I've seen that play before.
That's a really nicely done by Aves. मैंने मेरा रिटर्न का प्लान ही वॉच पार्टी के अकॉर्डिंग बनाया था ताकि मैं सारी वॉच पार्टी कर सकूं. जस्ट मैं आज इधर आने में लेट हो गई.
go for this at all.
बट
Does he
मेरे
just
को
drift
फर्स्ट
back?
मैच करने का उतना मन था भी नहीं और कल तो नहीं कर
1v5, so
सकती
seems
थी
like he's just gonna patiently wait, see if anyone comes exploring, which Levin might just do. Couple players gonna be working their way through. He hears that noise. But with the haunt, that's gonna force his hand. As here comes
अरे
the
भाई
spam.
स्पैम में ही मार
Suggetsu will
दिया
be the one to collect it. And KC get themselves on the board.
Yeah, this is what was working so well for KC against Paper Rex was their ability to
अर्जेंटीना का
react to
वॉच
the
लो
fast
कल
hits
कल
in really
अर्जेंटीना का मैच
interesting
कब
and
है
smart
कल
ways, and also
Hi,
it's just the
mate.
tempo that they're willing to play at. Like, you want to play fast?
मेरी उस दिन
We
इच्छा
will
पूरी नहीं
absolutely
हुई
be matching
कल कर
that with
लेती
our
हूँ बट
rotations
टाइम
on
क्या
the
है उस पर
defender
डिपेंड
side. But
करेगा
Aves doing a great job again, buying a little bit of time and then making a cheeky little maneuver while NRG is dropping down into sight, uses that seize to stall them out a little bit. They just want to
कहाँ
press forward.
आशीष
They're
ड्रॉ हुआ
just
था
committed.
फर्स्ट वॉच लॉन्ग
that
9:30
hit
PM
all the
नहीं
way.
फिर नहीं हो पाएगा एपिक्स करना है
Naves plays it beautifully. Tees up, I think it was DOS9 who got a couple kills on the backside there.
आशिक
Big
आई एम
round.
गोना डू
Speaking of DOS9, gonna
लाइक
get his ult from that
S8UL का पूछ रहे हो ना
orb grab.
S8UL का I'll do
On his side,
Apex
Prowler, I think, was not
and,
heard over at B, so the attempted fake
Boom.
not really going to be filmed for here. They're still suspicious about it, but
Apex
they also have these
और
double
क्या कर
trip
रही हूँ मैं
situated.
भूल गई
Now the cloud
Chess?
going down.
अबे
As
एक
well
भूल
as
रही
that
हूँ
double
मैं
dash
या फिर
forward.
इतने ही हैं
They can become increasingly
Oh,
convinced
right,
that this
Free
is going to
Fire.
be an A hit. Spike could be passed over into
ऐसे
the
ट्वेल
hands
के
of
3
Watchparty.
कर रही हूँ
Convergent paths
और ऐसे ट्वेल
online.
के अलावा सिर्फ वालों कर रही हूँ
Reassesses his
Nah,
plant
take it,
spot.
take it,
That's
Ree.
gonna be the orbital out very early. Mata can now go for this one safely.
Nice patience being shown there.
Can he escape is going to be the big question.
मैं
Must be
हिट
left
वॉच
on a
नहीं
bit of an
करती
island.
प्लीज ये सब मत लिखो
Lost
वैसे ही
time
लोग
assessing where
बहुत
he wants to set up
ट्रिगर
these
कर
smokes.
चुके हैं
Meanwhile,
मेरे को
the
ये
fight
सब
gonna be
नहीं
coming in.
चाहिए
Narade,
मजाक
with
में
that
भी
one
नहीं
out, Kiko going to be struck down. Molly now forward at their feet, but Narade gets past it. Eventually going to be flushed out as Brock re-swings that corner, clears him out.
मतलब सिर्फ ओपिनियन शेयर कर दिए उसमें सबको लगता है कि हेट करती हूँ मैं उसके बाद मेरे को ये सब के बारे में मैं बात ही नहीं करने वाली स्ट्रीम पे तो या
The last one standing, the drop down to his demise, who gets from Sands, cleans it up, and
नहीं गाइस नो
KC
फाज़मो
will tie it up at 2-2.
फाज़मो
This
मोस्टली
is
तो
great
मैं
play
घर
from
जाके ही
Narade
खेलूंगी
again. He is so locked in on Phoenix on this map. And he breaks out of a tough situation there. NRG throwing a
एक
lot of
सेकंड
util
मुंबई
at the
नहीं
door.
क्या
The
लिखा
smokes are
है
there. But that first flash,
चलो कब
so
तक हूँ
good.
मुंबई में मैं परसों जा रही
Finally
हूँ
stopped by Brock. Scuba's lurk took a long time to really come to fruition.
मुंबई क्या लिखा है
That's gonna be
तुमने
an
एक
early timeout here.
सेकंड
From Bonkar. Already
एक सेकंड
seeing some things he doesn't like and what's going on with his team, and I think probably wants to
लीग वॉच पार्टी होगा
talk
नहीं
about
मेरे
some of these
को
post-plant
मोबाइल
setups a
समझ
little
नहीं
bit
आता
more.
ब्रदर
liked the idea on the pistol where they had some help for that player that goes for the plant on A site.
चिल अरे मैं तो
Here they-
चिल ही रहती हूँ
yeah, like
बट
you
लोगों
said,
ने
let
मेरी
Mata
चैट
to
पे
his
उस दिन
own
किक पे आके
devices.
जो जो लिखा है
I
ना
think it-
मैंने डिसाइड कर लिया
You know,
मैं
if you lose that three-man
फुटबॉल के
stack
बारे
trying to
में
hold that
मतलब
door,
सिर्फ
that's just
पोर्टुगल
it.
के
That
बारे
post
में
plant
बात
is
करूंगी
cooked. Especially if
थोड़ा बहुत
Scuba's
बाकी
just a
टीम्स का
little
भी
bit late
चलेगा
on that
बट
lurk.
आई वोंट से एनीथिंग अबाउट मेसी और
Something like that, if you
अर्जेंटीना
have the refract
क्योंकि
setup, you can get
ओपिनियंस
this
लोगों
mic
को डाइजेस्ट ही
planted.
नहीं होते हैं कि दूसरों के कुछ ओपिनियंस हो
Sure, the
सकते
timing
हैं
exactly worked out
जैसे
on
नहीं
that
एफसी
one,
नहीं
but
कर रही चेस
felt
कर रही हूँ
intentional
एफसी
that
नहीं
they were
कर रही हूँ
trying to bait
बिकॉज
out that
ईएफसी
orbital
का अभी
strike,
अपने
Yeah.
मेन इवेंट में है
Got
या
the
नहीं वो
tap, and
पता
they
ही
managed
नहीं
to
है
get that out effectively. It's just everything from there.
एंड जो
Scuba's
उसके
just a little
बाकी
bit too
है ना
late to try to
एलसीक्यू
get in,
वगैरह
to find that
वो
backstab.
सेम
If
टाइम
he's
पे
able to
एज
get the right
एपेक्स
Zavis, but the
एंड
drop down is probably gonna be good for
वैलोरेंट
2
तो मैं
eliminations.
इतना
The
सारा
rest
एक
of the
साथ
team is
कैसे
just already
करती
dead.
Right.
So the timing's a bit more wobbly here for NRG compared to what we were seeing on Breeze, and KC are also just a lot more dialed in and in tune with this map.
Yeah, and I love the way Narrate plays. He's such a good Phoenix on this map. He has such good instincts, great timings with the flashes. Reads his opponents incredibly well. This time, that Prowler is going to find the trip. And a weaker buy. Funneling these into Mata this time.
Kind of baits Suggetsu into a swing there, but none to be found.
मुंबई की बारिश कैसी लगी
Past that
भाई बहुत
cage,
लेजी
Kiko will be able to win the fight. Doesn't even take that much
टू मच
damage.
लेजीनेस
Of course, has the heals
लीग
as
ट्राई
well. Push
करो
it back
ना
up
यहाँ
towards
पे तो
full
हो
very
गया
quickly.
एक्सप्लेन की बात नहीं है यार लाइक मेरे को मजा नहीं आता जो गेम्स मुझे पता नहीं उनके बारे में देख के मतलब वॉच पार्टी नहीं करूंगी चाहे मैं ऐसे देख लूं आज वॉच लॉन्ग होगा यस
No, he pushes forward.
Koringi,
He manages to
Koringi.
scale past that right before the explosion comes in. Meanwhile, Scuba unable to win this critical fight. It's got to be a one-tap from Kiko, but he can't commit to the plant.
बारिश
He's
में
gonna go
भीगो ये
swing all
सब
the way
सिर्फ
over to
घर पे बाहर रह के
35
नहीं इट्स
seconds he needs to
ऑलरेडी
get out of
वेरी
the audio. This is trying to
uncomfortable
go for
when you are
split.
not home everything is
11 is
uncomfortable
already cheating back, so instead, Kiko just
किक पे या
keeping
वाईटी
it
पे
paused
किक
for
पे
now, and now we'll rescale on the B. I mean,
बस
it's
वॉच पार्टी के
brilliantly
बाद
played.
सेटअप
Whether or
कर
not
लूंगी
this
मैं
leads to
किक
the round win, still yet to be seen.
He's got to run it back after this though.
फेस कैम ढूंढने में
Well,
3 से
eventually we'll have to
या
go for this, but
मतलब
yeah, if
अद्धे
you
से
can get the
हो गया
plant, get into a safe position. Problem is,
भाई मैं
Levin has
मैच ही
both
नहीं देख
blast
पा
packs,
रही
so
हूँ
he
नए
can get
सेटअप
on
पे
top
इतना
of wherever
वियर्ड लग रहा
he
है
commits
कि
to this
मेरा
run it back from.
फोकस ही नहीं जा रहा है किक पे
Will
ही
he get a
करूंगी
chance?
गाइस
No, he
ऑब्वियसली
does not. Levin will just catch him in transit. And KC with his defuse will move up 3-2.
Oh boy. I mean, it's a hell of a go of it on what is effectively an eco other than the rifle of Kiko.
केसी जीत रही मुझे लगा तो नहीं था
Definitely found purchase in that round. Getting that first kill on Sugetsu.
थोड़ा मैच देख लेती हूँ
Absolutely
भाई
insane. Sugetsu can't even do much out of that position. Barely touches him. And then narrate 2 fast kills with the Phantom. Ooh, beautiful work.
भाई बाकी ठीक है
And they
बस
can't
मुझे
quite
इधर
answer back.
बीमार
They
नहीं
stack
पड़ना
up a
मेरे
little
को
bit there.
बारिश की वजह से लग रहा था
Scuba can't
Like, मेरे को
win that
कल से body
1v1.
pain वगैरह
Would've
भी
been
हो रहा है।
crucial. Went fishing for it, was hoping that maybe Levin would get a little impatient, try to deny the plant. Mata has the op now, though. Save up, big ult available, 1 away from an orbital strike for Brock, Kiko, and Mata. Sitting on their
Portugal match
duelist
12:30
ults
बजे।
respectively. Narrate just spams through, gets Kiko down instantly. That's the run it back on. You're kidding me.
Just another kick to the gut for NRG. 3-player stack now on this north side, just hugging this
ना
tripwire.
ना आशिक वैसे I'm good it's just non-stop
so
बारिश है
worried
इधर
about-
non-stop
Ray and Sugetsu here at B. There's just no easy way to try to get access to the site.
हर बार बीमार पड़ती थी क्योंकि हेक्टिक होता था इस बार मैंने बहुत अच्छे से प्लान किया था तो टर्न्स आउट की हेक्टिक क्या भाई मैंने कुछ किया ही नहीं इधर आके चिली कर रही हूँ तब से
No closer to trying to get this plant in play are NRG.
हेलो
Completely
आरिफ
surrounded. Scuba lucky to be alive, but with this operator, I mean, what are you meant to really do? The first shot ringing out, unable to connect. Now he's going to be struck down. Scuba having to try to find his way out of here. It's going to be good for the one, but has to hightail it out. There's just no way to rescue this round. They'll plant his feet, and looks like KC will show the respect that Scuba earned from that previous map's performance. They won't go chasing, but they say thank you very much. You just handed us an operator as well as a 2-round lead.
I mean, it's just
आरिफ
crazy
सब
work.
EWC में
The
भी
way
है
that they're able to then
KC
maneuver on the
chamber
map. They
play
start just
good.
taking space. This is exactly what you wanted to see out of KC on this defender side. They have such a good feel for the flow of this map. Meanwhile, NRG looks a little rattled now. I mean, that is a brutal way to start the round, too. You throw up that blaze wall, you just get spammed right down. Lose that key ultimate that you're going to have to chew another round through, potentially. They are going to buy into this. They had enough in the bank. Operator actually not going to be carried over by KC. They opt to not go for it. Are we looking for some kind of wombo here? Convergent paths into the orbital strike, potentially. Ethan starts out on the north side of the map, looking again for KC to get aggressive, but now opt to play a little more default. Boombot's not going to see anything here, though, so they're going to lean over towards B. Scuba starting to clear sewers. Starting to feel a little bit uncomfortable for NRG, like they're already behind the curve in this round. Trying to spread the map. They're trying to sell some attention. See footsteps.
Hi Power वालो स्पोर्ट्स खेला है
sent out
but
by Ethan.
like not उतना
That
मतलब I
isn't a
won't
ton of
consider
info
it
there.
serious
I don't
वाला
think KC makes much of a change.
That's a quick backpedal Lohan towards that north side.
मैं
To make
कल
sure
9
they're
बजे
not
से
getting pinched here. So for now, because nothing's spotted on Dish, they continue to just leave 3 players on B. KC have a very strong understanding of exactly what NRG is doing. They're in pole position to counteract this.
Let's have so much map control.
Well, to run it back from Kiko is going to have to go hard to the paint. Paint shell's going to be sent out.
ओए उसको मार ही दिया भाई. What recovery कर दी. That was some good play.
The spike in hand, trying to commit in for that player. It's going to be Kiko at front gen.
Important pick. Oh भाई उसने उधर उसको मारा, उसने उधर लॉल. भाई नरेट ने राउंड निकाल दिया भाई.
As Narrate arrives exactly when he needs to. And that costs them so damn much.
This is great stuff from a couple players.
आप होना वो
DOS9
important थे.
just
अच्छा मेगा में हाँ
on the
मैं
very
खेली.
edge of that orbital strike, able to push forward at the last moment when they
Narrate क्या
least
खेला
expect
हाँ
it,
ना.
finds 2 huge kills. Oh, that completely throws things into chaos for NRG.
मुझे यही
But the
सेटअप
thing
बोला
is
है
from
कि
the
यही
get-go,
सेटअप है, इस पे करो.
from the beginning to the end of this
ये
round,
नहीं पता.
this was KC on top of NRG the whole way. And that's going to force the second timeout already from Bonkar. And it is so annoying how well KC plays this map on their defender side, man. They are so smart. They use their information, their space control so well. And then they kind of surprise you with moments like that where they're aggressively positioned when you least expect it, when you think you've been given the freedom to at least maybe get the plant down. No, no, no.
That's just a pistol in the anti-eco. NRG have been struggling.
हाँ वॉच पार्टी के बाद
with
किक
the
पे
immense amount
आऊंगी.
of tools they had available across all of these rounds. They've not been able to make anything stick. Orbital, Neural, run it back, all committed into that to no avail. Just one little cheeky backstab from Narrate at main.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
Picking off Brock before that spike could get into play. You can tell that it's chaotic. NRG, they have no idea where their advantages lie, where they're safe on these sites. If they can't figure that out, then this is going to be us moving over to Haven. Sugetsu will be forced away.
Look at the reads. Look at the reads, though. They know as soon as that arcade orb is tapped that they're going to be given space over towards Dish. They throw out a haunt just to check. It's like they know what they're going to do. It's just like Breeze for NRG, where it just felt like they know what their opponents are going to do before they do it. Same with KC here. They're mirroring them at every step of the way. So now NRG going to keep going. See if they can make this maze a little bit longer behind them to trace.
They want to keep trying to potentially sell the fake, maybe just get a flank going through. So Scuba is going to be sent in behind as Nightfalls are going to be exchanged. Mata the one getting caught by that. As a paint shell towards Sands. Not going to be able to find any damage here onto the waylay. Throw out the ready. Great swing in the corner. Is able to find Kiko. Tucks back out the safety, and Mata just not in position to try to counteract that. No trade to be found. Scuba now dead. The flanker absolutely noted. Sugetsu gets the neural out. And the jig is up. He's been able to find one with that Spectre in hand, but it's going to be a hell of a lot more necessary as he does manage to find yet another swap of the guns. 1v2 for the two-time world champion. No more util to speak of. 15 seconds. He's tucked away. There's been no tap at the door, but doesn't know if that late flank could have come through from Sugetsu had he sprinted down towards the south side, so has to just wait this one out. But it will just be a swing and Sugetsu.
That was a good shot.
6-2. The timeout's not mattering. The money gone. NRG.
Mada कर क्या रहा है? Mada is just chilling, I guess.
KC continue to run away with this map.
I mean, it's just so hard to find gaps in this defense that KC has.
S8UL का फर्स्ट गेम कौन सा EWC में एपेक्स है. एपेक्स आज शुरू हो गया है, बट अपना मैचेस कल से है. थर्ड मैप इट इज याप.
Through the north side, okay, that means you had to have gone through sewers, so now we can be ready to pivot and hit you at ropes when you try to break through there. And it feels like NRG just cannot respond, cannot recover. They're going to try another 4-1 setup. There's already a ping out over on this. Feels like KC has something ready.
It feels like NRG are just out of ideas. 4-player push to Arcade, trying to grab the orb, trying to make an exec happen, but Narrate just peeks out. He manages to find a second one as Ethan will also get taken down. Mono works up into tower, grabs that phantom.
आप क्यूट लग रहे हो, नए फेस कैम का कमाल है भाई। ये सेम फेस कैम है जो मेरे पास घर पे है, सेम वेब कैम है। इट्स जस्ट कि इधर लाइट ऑन है, मैं तो मैं तो अंधेरे में स्ट्रीम करती हूँ। एपिक्स आज नहीं स्टार्ट हुआ है ब्रदर, आज शुरू। वेट 7 से ही तो था, सॉरी आज 6 थे। मुझे इतना याद है कि जिस दिन शुरू हो रहा है नेक्स्ट डे से है, तो कल अपने नहीं है। अच्छा नहीं, मुझे गलत याद है, नेवर माइंड। ये तो नॉर्मल लाइट है, इसमें क्या कमाल है। केसी में नहीं है, मिला 5 टीम्स इन प्लेऑफ्स सारे, मतलब ये में ही भरा पड़ा है क्या? कौन है? केसी है, उसके अलावा टीएच तो टीएच है, और कौन है मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा।
I mean, at this point, I don't know what you do. Narrate starts this round off with a bang, finds 2. He's playing so smart.
मुझे कल से ही है, never mind.
Like, okay, they're gonna tap.
I guess वो सिड भाई ने जो डाला, मैं वो देख के कंफ्यूज हो गई थी। हाँ, आपने 9 बजे से है।
We lie and wait.
टोटल कितने गेम में S8UL? अराउंड 7। EWC के अभी उस मेन में नहीं है जितना मेरे को आइडिया है। हाय प्रतीक।
Man, I don't know what he saw there, but he was ready for that. That was just a timing.
Okay, well, one of the best starts that NRG's had for a little while. Is Narrate, the door is going to open and Mana's going to be taken down.
अच्छा राइट, वाइटैलिटी बीबीएल तो भूल ही गई मैं। मिड भी यप सब बेबे, बट नहीं मुझे नहीं लगता केसी जीतेगी।
Spike still at Sands, now alone in the hands of Brock. Leg spotted, head clicked, but Sugetsu has him outdone. Just too many layers for NRG.
ये मैप तो निकाल रहे हैं लोग, but I feel NRG will advance.
It's a little mistake at the beginning. Levin gives away his position. Doesn't matter. I mean, Narrate is just so good on this map. It doesn't make sense. He is outrageous with his timings. He just knows. And he's so fast to react. Cycle through those run it backs. They always seem to find just tons of value. And this is just so one-sided so far. Let's see if there's any answer. Rock's got another orbital. Kiko has his. There's going to be some way that they can squeak one out.
No, I'm not doubting Casey. Casey is good. But NRG somehow just wins.
Just too good on this
पता नहीं। अगर माडा अभी जैसे खेल रहा है वैसा खेलेगा तो देखो इट्स ओवर।
Chuck towards the corner, nothing to be found. In fact, it's going to be Ahmed finding him through the smoke. Sugetsu gets Ethan as well.
They missed.
Nothing found. Run it back, committed to no avail. Only a smattering of damage onto the enemy fade. In the space that you would love to have for post plant.
भाई ये तो एनर्जी को धो रहे हैं बे, गंदा धो रहे हैं भाई, गंदा। आरिफ भाई RGX.
They're looking to make this a 10-2 scoreline at the half and quickly get us into map 3.
Oh yeah. This is
एनर्जी का कुछ लक फैक्टर तो रहता है। किसी का बेस्ट प्लेयर अभी डॉस्टन है, so crazy.
Some kind of round, some kind of way in. And they
Only
just can't get
Nongshim
much.
can save
I mean, run it
Pacific.
back used. They at least still have the
NS
orbital
का
strike. The problem is you gave Levin
कल किसके अगेंस्ट है?
his ult off
भूल
of the
गई
defuse.
मैं।
Sugetsu is going to be 1 kill away from the neural theft.
G2 wait, it's G2
kill the
versus
lurker or just
NS
find a
शायद
weak flank
से।
and
NS गया बाहर
that through
नहीं,
and basically
अभी नहीं गया ना
obviously around,
शायद।
you would think. Big push out here though. This might be, yeah, this is a problem.
Okay.
कल भी तो है डिसाइडर मैचेस। आउट है एक सेकंड, आज लास्ट है क्या डिसाइडर मैचेस? मैं डेली स्केड्यूल चेक करती थी ना, सो आई एम लाइक एकदम मेरे दिमाग में सब हौच पौच हो गया है। डेली कितना 4 अलग स्केड्यूल देख रही थी मैं। एक फीफा का देखो, फिर EWC वालों का देखो, फिर एपिक्स का देखो, फिर LCQ का देखो। मेरा दिमाग में सब वो हो गया है, खिचड़ी बन गया है।
I'm not convinced that NRG have this one in the back.
No. The best news about this is you took out the showstopper. Like, that's actually the only reason I still have some hope.
गया। ओ एक मार दिया।
Can't rip his ult. Avez and DOS9.
Narrate backing कैसी या?
Right? You don't have a nightfall, but convergent.
कल है, मैं सही बोल रही थी ना?
If you can find out where these players are at, line them up, get the wombo combo. That should be curtains.
बिकॉज मैंने देखा था आज और कल डिसाइडर मैचेस है, फिर मेन इवेंट होगा। लाइक 8th को वो है, वालों के मैचेस नहीं है, 9th से फिर शुरू हो जाएगा। तो इसके लिए मैंने 8th का फ्लाइट किया था। मैंने फुल प्लानिंग करके किया था फ्लाइट कि 8th को दिन में मैचेस नहीं है, मैं आराम से घर चली जाऊंगी। हाय घोषनेस नरेट बैकिंग कैसी अप? बहुत टाइम हो गया अब। G2 से है, मैं यही बोल रही हूँ। तुषार पता है पूरी चैट बोलती है NS तो बाहर हो गई। मैंने बोला यार NS वर्सेस G2 था ना कल। मान ही नहीं रहे मेरी, मेरे को बोलते हैं कि मेरे को गलत पता है। आपने इवेंट में जाके क्या किया? इवेंट में क्या करते हैं भाई? मिलते हैं सबसे, बातें करते हैं, चिल करते हैं, इवेंट एंजॉय करते हैं।
There's 9 in between for KC, a monstrous streak. And if NRG want to bring this one to a conclusion, then boy, it is going to have to be one hell.
हाँ, MIBR versus AG and G2 versus NS, यही देखा था मैंने. And my prediction was MIBR will win and G2 will win.
A lot of people are watching this.
That was my
what KC has
prediction.
been doing on this map and are going to be borrowing some of what they do and how they operate, and like the protocols they have are so good. I mean, it will be hard to replicate because players like Narrate are so good at Phoenix. It's unfair. It feels like.
हाँ निष्कर्ष.
Better than you.
निष्कर्ष वॉच अलोंग करेंगे। पहले हम मेका खेलेंगे किक पे मेका and then watch along.
But he's just getting good reads and then clicking on heads with those phantoms. It's brutal. I love it. I absolutely love it. He has been just stellar to watch on this map here at EWC 2026. DOS9 had a few good moments. Sugatsu played great. He was constantly shutting down Scuba on those lurks. Won the Cypher battle for sure.
Yes, Pratik W.
Haven't been able to see that Waylay really be the carry that it was in the past, like in 2025. Obviously, yes, there's been some nerfs, but
भाई बोर होगा तो रीली स्क्रॉल करूंगी ना, और क्या करूंगी?
Yeah, again, a couple moments, sure. Kiko still putting up numbers, but
एक तो पता है लोग बहुत वियर्ड है। मुझे कितने लोग का टेक्स्ट भी आया है कि सबके ब्लॉग में बस पीछे दिखती है ये, वो इंट्रोवर्ट है ये। मैंने कहा भाई ये लोग मुझे इंट्रोवर्ट होने पे भी जज कर रहे हैं। पहली बात तो तुम लोग को ब्लॉग में ना पूरे दिन का मुश्किल से 20 मिनट दिखता होगा, बहुत कुछ होता है उधर, सब चीजें ब्लॉग में नहीं आती है। जस्ट सेइंग। एंड ये मेरे साथ हर बार होता है जब भी कोई इवेंट वगैरह होता है। देयर आर लाइक सो मेनी पीपल हु जज मी फॉर बीइंग इंट्रोवर्ट। मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ये लोग भूल जाते हैं कि मैं हमेशा से इंट्रोवर्ट हूँ, बट इवेंट में ये लोग को वो चीज रियलाइज होती है कि अरे ये तो सही में इंट्रोवर्ट है। तो भाई झूठ थोड़ी बोलती हूँ मैं। मेरे से बड़ा इंट्रोवर्ट मैंने ये पूरी कम्युनिटी में नहीं देखा है। जस्ट सेइंग, कोई नहीं है, क्योंकि सब लोग के पास लाइक दोस्त लोग है, ग्रुप है जिनमें वो लोग कंफर्टेबल है। आई एम द वन जिसका एज सच कोई ग्रुप नहीं है, यू नो, सो दैट मेक्स अ ह्यूज डिफरेंस आल्सो। ना ध्यान दो, लोग बहुत खाली बैठे थे। हाँ मैं नहीं देती, जस्ट वो लिखा ना इसके लिए मेरे को आया दिमाग में। मैं तो देख के हंसती हूँ बिकॉज इट्स फनी। मतलब इंट्रोवर्ट तो इंट्रोवर्ट ही रहेगा ना भाई। उल्टा मैं तुम लोग को जो फनी स्टोरी सुना रही थी ना वो सुनाऊंगी, ये मैच के बाद सुनाऊंगी। बहुत ऑकवर्ड था भाई, बहुत गट्स लगे थे मुझे वो करने में। मैं बताऊंगी तुम लोग को। ओह माय गॉड, कर्स। ओह नो कर्स, नो कर्स, कर्स नो कर्स, कर्स नो कर्स। नरेट निकाल सकता है वैसे। ब्रॉक है भी लो, लेकिन ब्रॉक का पिस्टल में शेरिफ कुछ अलग ही चलता है, मैंने देखा है हर बार भाई शेरिफ से मारता ही है ये। एक तो इंसान जितना इंट्रोवर्ट होता नहीं उतना तो बोल के जी फील करवा नहीं। मैं बहुत ज्यादा हूँ। आई एम अ बिग इंट्रोवर्ट। मैं बोल रही हूँ ना, मैंने मेरे जितना इंट्रोवर्ट एक इंसान नहीं देखा है इस कम्युनिटी में अभी तक तो। मार दे स्कूबा को, मार दे। He committed to the fight. He should not have committed. He should not have committed. जीत सकता था। कर्स लग गया।
Almost a
Spotted भी
throw
नहीं
here
नहीं।
from NRG, who has a really good read at the beginning of this round.
फिर आप बदल के लेफ्ट हैंड ड्राइव से राइट हैंड। अरे ये
Just wants to end up, but then they get a
फ्लिप
little
नहीं हो रहा,
dangerous.
कैमरा अजीब लग रहा है मुझे खुद को।
Found the right timing there to get that first kill.
क्या स्टोरी
And
इसके
Brock's
बाद
able to hold
सुनाती
the
हूँ।
line with the sheriff.
पहली बार मैंने ऐसे
The bounding,
मतलब
blast packing Levin.
क्या बोलेंगे गट्स दिखाए एंड किसी के पास जाके खुद से पहली बार जिंदगी में मैंने बात करने की कोशिश की एंड इंस्टेंट रिग्रेट किया है। इंस्टेंट रिग्रेट ये मैच के बाद सुनाऊंगी। मतलब इतना इंस्टेंट रिग्रेट तो मुझे आज तक किसी चीज का नहीं हुआ है। मैं नहीं करूंगी आगे से ये चीज। मैं नहीं जाऊंगी किसी के पास बात करने। बहुत गंदा था भाई, इतना गंदा था कि सामने वाला बंदा हंसने लग गया था मेरे पे, इतना ऑकवर्ड था। मैं नहीं करूंगी आज के बाद किसी से बात ऐसे। हर समय होता है वैसा नहीं, मैं तो कभी नहीं किया किसी स्ट्रेंजर को अप्रोच, पहली बार किया मैंने। आयरन पे दिख गया वो शेट। नहीं ये नहीं होना चाहिए था, ये नहीं होना चाहिए था।
Mata not too far off, but
Still, this
back
is
into a position with that outlaw is going to prove to be even more difficult.
this is in theory plantable. It just depends on the timing here from Ethan. Nobody's going to open this door. They're just going to silently bypass it. Set up a player to watch the flank and throw some smokes and potentially get the plant through.
भाई
Ethan
लोग को
just
तो
can't
खाली
contest
साइट
this.
मिल
He's
गई
all on
भाई
his own for
इको
now.
में।
Reposition, scale
Oh,
forward from
bye.
Sugetsu, spotting out two. Mata now trying to scale up, get onto an angle where he can put that outlaw to use, but Sugetsu just stays tucked. They do not suss this out quite yet. They have any way of clearing him whatsoever is going to be the question. Instead, they're going to refight in towards Halls. The Haunt going to be destroyed.
Oh my god.
Narrate still there, ready to strike as he scales forward, ignoring that Molly. He's able to find the first, looks for the second. He cannot make it happen. Ethan turns back with the classic in hand. And Sugetsu now says hello.
Says hello.
Havas down low.
अरे अरे ओ भाई
Manages to find the one and Brock.
नहीं, ब्रॉक विंस दिस, ब्रॉक विंस दिस भाई।
Trying to
Brock,
bait him
मेरे को
with the
पता
fight,
था।
has the time.
ब्रॉक
It
डज
ends up
नॉट
being so
लूज,
costly, you talked about it. It doesn't feel
बट एक्चुअल में
comfortable.
विनेबल था,
That
बट
is
काफी
proven.
गुड राउंड।
Only one player surviving.
ये राउंड देख के पता चल रहा है।
The way that KC is using space against their opponents, they're setting themselves up. in
मैंने
all
देखा आप
these
बात
tricky
कर रहे थे और कुछ
places,
सेकंड बाद
and it's
रीड
making
में आगे तरफ
NRG
घूमे,
have to think
लाइक
about
अभी
so
तो
much that
नहीं
they
नहीं
use their
ऐसा नहीं हुआ।
in the backside, they
मैं
hide
बात
them,
ही नहीं
wait
कर
for
रही
them
थी,
to
इसके
come
लिए वो
through.
घूम गया। हम मैं
Right
ऐसे
down
खड़े
the
हो गई
middle,
बस
the
चुपचाप।
NRG formation.
वो हंसने लग गया था मेरे
It
पे
even narrates frustrated,
क्योंकि
man.
उसको
He wanted that
रियलाइज
one
हुआ
so
कि ये
bad,
कितनी
and they were
ऑकवर्ड है।
always so close. A really good attempt from KC. NRG
बहुत एम्बैरेस फील
start
हुआ
throwing
मुझे,
money
बहुत
into
ज्यादा।
this. Want to get this bonus to
नहीं
go.
जाऊंगी आज के बाद
You
किसी
know
से
how
बात
crucial
करने।
it is if they can get this round
भाई मेरे को
to go.
लेजिट ना
It's
गेमर
starting to
फ्लीट का वाइब एनर्जी बहुत पसंद है। मैं बहुत पहले से उसके वीडियोस देखती थी। मैंने इसके लिए सोचा मैं जाती हूँ बात करने, और फिर मैं ऐसे चुपचाप खड़े हो गई उसके सामने जाके। भाई बहुत बहुत फनी था।
Dead off the rip. Mata spotted that tripwire. Make his way back over, trying to reinforce this A site because again,
पीछे से मारा था, वे फोन आता या।
Seems like they overall do have the right idea.
आना भाई अमन भाई, बहुत गंदा था यार।
Convert this bonus. Run it back. Push forward over towards Sansoray. Just getting spammed a little bit, and he's able to find Mata through that smoke. Scuba able to snap him back. He's able to find Levin on top, but he and Brock will both fall, and now suddenly it is just Kiko. Just a guardian in hand. Given the money, given how much they had to invest,
चलो ये तो गया.
close that previous round was.
एक सेकेंड एनर्जी का इतना गंदा ही कुछ हो गया था सेकंड राउंड कि उन्होंने फुल बाय किया है, मैंने नोटिस ही नहीं किया था.
Perhaps just find somewhere to tuck away and try to play this out quietly.
भाई मेरी स्ट्रीम बंद हो गई क्या? ये क्या आ रहा है?
Round advantage here in the hands of Casey once again as they hit double digits.
नहीं मेरी स्ट्रीम तो चल रही है.
And look at the money. Look at the money for NRG.
It's gone.
They bought into this. They felt like they had to convert this bonus.
Memory कौन सी memory?
In this map, they can't do it. So it feels like this is.
I'm not introvert to people who don't know me. I'm an introvert to people who don't know me, bro.
Just so impressed. Love the way this team operates. The protocols they have.
चलो अब तो इको होगा इनका. या फिर से फोर्स बाय करेंगे.
How he understands what's going on.
चला गया, चल तो रही है स्ट्रीम.
Knows where players are going to be.
एक्चुअली इधर बंद भी होगी तो मुझे समझ नहीं आएगा.
Has a vision in his mind. There is a technical pause, but
ओ टेक पॉज हो गया.
I
हाँ तो
so good.
मैं भाई वहाँ साइड में खड़ी थी, फिर मैंने देखा गेमर फ्रीड बैठा है, तो फिर मैं सोचती रही, मैं 5 मिनट तक सोचती रही, फिर मैं चली गई. मैंने बोला यार मेरे को इसका एनर्जी और ऐसा मतलब, क्योंकि मैंने जब भी उसके वीडियोस देखे हैं ना, वो भाई हमेशा हंसता रहता है, तो वो देख के पता नहीं पॉजिटिव वो वाइब्स आती थी मेरे को. और मतलब एक ऐसा लगता था एकदम चिल, कुछ ड्रामा नहीं, कुछ नहीं, ऑलवेज स्माइलिंग, ऑलवेज पॉजिटिव. तो मेरे को इसके लिए था. और ना मैं इवन मेरी मम्मी को भी बहुत पसंद है गेमर फ्रीड. इसके लिए मैंने सोचा कि यार मैं जाके इंट्रोड्यूस करती हूँ खुद को. वो तो मुझे नहीं जानता, वो तो इतना बड़ा क्रिएटर है. तो मैं गई ऐसे करके, फिर मैंने बोला कि हेलो मैं बहुत टाइम से आपके वीडियोस देखती हूँ, मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगता है. और फिर मैंने बोला आई एम शर्लॉक. तो वो बोलता है कि हाँ मैंने देखा है आपको. तो ये सुन के मैं और ऑकवर्ड हो गई. मैंने कहा इसने मुझे कहाँ देखा होगा. फिर मैं सोचने लग गई कि कहाँ देखा होगा, क्या सोचता होगा ये वो. और इतने में फिर मैं खड़े हो गई चुपचाप. फिर मैंने बोला सॉरी मैं बहुत ऑकवर्ड हो गई, और वो हंसने लग गया और फिर मैं चली गई. उसने मुझे बोला आपको ब्लॉक करना है, क्योंकि उसने मेरे हाथ में वो कैमरा देखा. तो मैंने कहा नहीं मैं कोशिश कर रही थी बट मेरे से हो नहीं रहा है. तो वो फिर से हंसने लग गया. मैंने कहा ओके मैंने खुद का मस्त मजाक बनवा लिया है, अभी मुझे चले जाना चाहिए. क्योंकि मैं अगर व्लॉग कैमरा निकाल देती फिर मैं बोलती क्या उसके सामने. फिर उसके बाद मैं जाके कैमरा बैग में रख के आई ताकि कोई और मुझे ना बोले व्लॉग करने. या उनका पर्सोना अच्छा है बहुत बहुत. फिर मैं बाद में सोच रही थी कि भाई मेरे को अब क्यों दिमाग में आ रहा है कि मैं क्या क्या बोल सकती थी. फिर मेरे को बाद में रियलाइज हुआ कि शिट मुझे बोलना चाहिए था कि हम लोग सेम इवेंट में खेले थे 2020 में. ऐसा सब बोलना चाहिए था मुझे.
For NRG to be able to find kills in this map.
फॉल गाइज इवेंट था, फॉल गाइज वाला. बाद में सोच रही हूँ मैं कि यार ये सब बोलती ना भाई, बट नहीं होता गाइज. इसके लिए अभी मैंने रूल बनाया है, किसी नए बंदे के पास जाके मैं नहीं बात करूंगी. बैंड, एकदम बैंड हूँ मैं इस चीज से. नॉट हैपनिंग अगेन, कभी नहीं, नेवर नेवर हैपनिंग अगेन.
And the question becomes, can Ethan find value with this?
He pass it on to Brock now.
L rule, W rule, W.
On that peak, probably wishing that he still had a Phantom. It's going to be zoned away. Molly down to 71. Mata at the same time. Taking position in halls. 2 players on the opposite side.
बहुत बीटी होती है guys बाद में.
They say, okay, we've probably drawn all of them to this side of the map. We have full control of north side. So let's send the spike there.
Finally, Mada woke up. Finally.
That's huge. Mada.
भाई देखो रोनाल्डो तो मुझे मिल नहीं रहा पहली बात. एंड वो रोनाल्डो है. मैं रो पड़ूंगी उधर, और कुछ नहीं पता, रो दूंगी मैं. मेरे कभी मतलब मिलना छोड़ो, मुझे दूर से भी कहीं दिख गया ना मैं रो दूंगी, मैं उधर ही बेहोश.
We can get the plant in play. Obviously, we give him a showstopper, but he's still going to have to try to take control of the site itself. Ethan tucked into the corner. They're picking that out. Convergent path's going to be sent. Showstopper. Now drawn. Gets lobbed in. Smata. He's been given such a lifeline. They're trying to cut him, but he's going to be caught with util in hand.
NT यार.
Roller coaster of a round. A devastating start into...
हेवन पे कौन स्ट्रॉन्ग है इनमें से ज्यादा? मुझे लग रहा है एनआरजी निकालेगी.
KC, they might stumble along the way, but it
भाई
feels
अब
like
ठंडी
they're
लग
always
रही है
reaching their
मुझे.
destination here on Fracture.
Yeah, Mata has to start re-clearing that space because there wasn't a commit from KC, and he's going, well, they're either taking a pause, and I have to find that out for my team, so I have to throw my body on the line a bit.
पता नहीं कुछ हो रहा है या
And he
नहीं.
gets 2 big kills. That actually gives them hope, gives them a chance, and then nope, dashed, thwarted. Mata with the op. Moving a little bit further
But this is
forward.
an all-in.
Ooh.
Okay, spotted the one. Saturate going to be chucked in. Can still take the dash out the safety, but overstays to find another kill. Vaughn will get the reveal. He's frantically trying to escape. Will be able to do so, but Kiko can't say the same. Tries to go to the rescue, pushing forward, and Aves will be able to strike him down. Trail leading the way at the top of the plant. Not being fully committed to yet. NRG playing a bit of ring around the rosy, but look at DOS9. He might be able to find a monster timing. They are not watching for this at all.
I know exactly.
So unaware, so unaware.
Invested to reveal the final 2 players.
Like so unaware,
They go from a
dude.
favorite situation to now back into a 2v2.
It's going to be really tough. Going to try to double up.
KC just better ये map पे तो at least.
Scoop on the push and
Ooh, no.
We'll be able to take him down. The molly now going to be invested. He wants to try to hold this one up to half.
गलत molly.
Too deep.
What?
He realizes that it's not connected, so the fuse can be stuck.
molly भी गलत कर दिया. अच्छी.
You're rescuing this round, but cannot rescue that operator. I don't believe it gets taken into the hands of DOS9. Out and away from these
निष्कर्ष मैंने बोला रात को वॉच अलोंग होगा.
All right.
किक पे पहले मेका खेलेंगे फिर वॉच अलोंग. मैंने तुम्हारा फर्स्ट मैसेज पे ही बोल दिया था, तुमने सुना ही नहीं.
Cybercage gives himself a little bit of a window, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's a flick he's practiced.
Yeah, we did get the glimpse of it there at the very end. So the operator does get carried over by DOS9, now into the hands of Levin.
Right, so now his NRG not going to have enough money for another one. Mata's just going to go push it again. Feels like big part of the success for them has been taking control of this A main space. Meanwhile, Aves, well, hold on.
Oh, they are still so very at risk. Back in the back of that box. Curveball in hand. And they will make their exit. A lot of KC now wanting to try to potentially re-clear this. Is Haunt over the top. Has to be cleared by Aves.
I know, right? Sari 5 teams is crazy.
Starting to make NRG feel like perhaps this is still going to be an exec onto this side.
सारा वैलोरेंट इधर ही खेल रहे हैं ये वाले, बाकी इवेंट्स में नहीं खेल रहे थे. सारा इधर ही दिखा रहे हैं गेमिंग.
Paint shell now coming through. And quick pivots back. Having to be done. Scuba still just watching on the camp. There's a boom bot. The answering fall now going to be going out. Brock with the spray and pray with the full flash connecting. Scuba going to be struck down. Ethan dead as DOS9 finds that elimination.
भाई ये क्या चालू है? कौन किधर मार रहा है कुछ समझ नहीं रहा. ये तो गया. ओ बच गया. Marda to the rescue.
With a player advantage, Spike still
कुछ
on the ground here.
Spike ले लेंगे. I feel ये लोग easily ले लेंगे Spike.
2v3, the operator dialed in from that main angle with the tap.
Never mind.
Finds the third, and that should be round done.
Never mind.
11 to bound forward, but no real way to recover this. I'm not sure how he stayed alive for so long. But he cannot rescue the round. It's Kiko with a massive 4K to keep NRG in this game.
And also,
any tips for hair fall? मेरे को खुद को बहुत ज़्यादा है.
On that run it back. They thought they had him. But just enough there.
Just enough to call the timeout for KC.
इस पे कॉपीराइट नहीं लगता. हम लोग को परमिशन है. बिना परमिशन नहीं करता कोई वॉच पार्टी.
Big piece of the puzzle. seemingly
सही बात है, EWC में ही जाती है ना, जीती भी TH थी लास्ट टाइम. सही बात है, इधर ही जगते हैं लोग.
you know,
अच्छा फाइनलिस्ट दूसरा भी था, वो नहीं पता. GTR पे घर जाके
maneuver around the rest of the map.
इधर मैं सेटअप वेटअप नहीं कर सकती भाई अभी आरपी का.
Maybe Dice feels like they saw some of that space being given up at Dish. That's something they
Hi,
can play for a little bit more.
अच्छा
Use an
TH
extra
वर्सेस
player,
Fnatic था.
to try to go for the lurk through main to maybe deal with Mata when he's busy trying to help out.
भाई मेरा टोगो से कंपैरिजन ऐसे ही थोड़ी होता है.
From that direction
हम दोनों को एक माना जाता है कि इनको खाना भी हमें देना पड़ता है. खाना दो इन दोनों को, पूरे घर में इन दोनों के बाल गिरे रहते हैं.
Right now,
और फिर मुझे बोलते हैं ना कि मेरे को स्मेल बहुत ज्यादा आती है, कि मेरा नाक बहुत तेज है डॉग्स जैसे. ऐसे काफी कंपैरिजन है हम दोनों में.
they're not going to go for it this time. They're going to show a very different look.
आपको हेयर फॉल? हाँ मेरा तो बहुत ज्यादा है,
Unless, well,
काफी टाइम से है.
set up a bit of a sandwich
Probably
outside the
because of
door.
iron deficiency, but yeah.
Outlaw,
Hey.
4 half armors, 5 with the regen. So yeah, everybody going to be susceptible to this.
Smart pie. That's something that, you know, NRG is constantly doing, is going for those half armor buys. So he's looking to try to outduel Mata, and he's going to.
He's got it. Shades of Nats. Operator on the floor. It's now a 2-2 split for NRG to try to keep this going. Molly going to be spotted off the cam. Brock trying to scale on this angle. He's going to have to use the Molly just to try to cut off access from that RK side. Meanwhile, Pivot's going to be coming in, and Ethan wisely does backpedal away. Sends out that operator shot, trying to scare them off, usher them back over towards the heavier stack.
Right वाली टीम NRG है.
Ball in, the ride the tower, the jump on the corner, and Levin's going to be taken down. Back into a 4v4. Drop down from Kiko, playing this one very boldly as Narrate tries to take that space, can't quite clear the corner, but still will be able to gain line of sight. Get rid of Kiko. Back into the player advantage, the back stab, getting ready to come in, but Brock can't even hold his own against the player right in front of his very eyes. Aves comes up with the goods, Scuba dead, and Ethan now to just grab up that operator. Hold on to it for dear life.
वाह भाई प्रिया जी, आपके लिए तो तालियां बजनी चाहिए.
KC will move up 12-7. NRG are going to have to run 5 in a row just to get this into overtime. The money is just not on their side.
No, let's see if he's able to even keep this. Sugetsu, isn't going his way just yet.
Iron deficiency left the chat.
2 are going to come.
They have to know he's going to have the op. You have to be suspicious about this angle. And they are. No reveal on the haunt, and Ethan still trying to go for this.
What happened to the cam? क्या cam सही नहीं है क्या?
And now is none the wiser whether or not he has been surrounded. Will be able to
Cam quality low. What?
But even then,
Same ही तो कैमरा है मेरे घर पे जो है.
Well,
literally same.
I am so impressed with this timeout, and they
कम तो
identify
नहीं
the
होना
problem
चाहिए.
and find the solution. It's that A main op, and they needed something, and they found it. And it's a simple little trick. The outlaw into Sugetsu's hands to deal with that. And it makes the map so much more difficult for NRG to read and to control. And they start getting put in awkward situations. That orbital strike, Kiko knew it was coming. Had to get out of there. Narrate just too sharp with those phantoms, man. It is so impressive to watch him operate with it.
And speaking of which, it's tower for Mata. No one playing on that side, at least at the moment. Some early contention around a hall.
And this is KC now just starting to probe a little bit. Just trying to push NRG
ये क्या हो गया?
towards the sights.
Ethan's at risk here. And now he's dead. Elbow spot. Sugetsu clips it.
Better हुआ क्या पहले से?
Found. And now Mata going to be left on an island. Spike is still going to be dropped back over in the attacker spawn, but right over the side, Alves can recover that. The question is, which do they decide to go
Better हुआ है?
More players scaled.
खराब था मतलब setting.
Look to attack into this one, and Mata, yes,
मैंने बढ़ाया है अभी.
almost certainly would still be dead on the swing. Looking for that shot. Critically for him, it does not come through.
वॉच पार्टी में राइट पे ही रहता है कैमरा मुझे बस फ्लिप करना है फ्लिप नहीं हो रहा
keep this map going. The mod has just given absolutely no sightlines. Meanwhile, Brock still waiting for this late flank. He's reading it well, but this still keeps him contained away from the rest. Along the wayside.
Tata, bye bye. Lol.
Takes the op into his own hands, and at the cost of all of his health.
बेचारा Brock, 5 HP.
For Brock to win that with
Only a miracle can save him.
It would have to be two of the fastest, crispest, cleanest shots that we have ever seen.
प्रांजल ब्रदर मेरा सेटअप नहीं है भाई ये टिप्स लो ये करो वो करो पागल से हो क्या भाई तुम बूट कैंप पे हूँ समझ नहीं आता है तुम्हें क्या सीन है भाई
They clean house on Fracture and they send us to map 3.
It is amazing to watch them operate.
ये क्या भेजा है पार्थ ने रेड कार्ड दे दिया मुझे ओह नो गाइस आई विल हैव टू मिस द नेक्स्ट मैच वॉच पार्टी का सिंस आई हैव बीन गिवन अ रेड कार्ड ओके आई कांट वॉच दिस इज वेरी सैड ठीक है चिल अरे नहीं यार मतलब मैं मेरे सेटअप पे नहीं हूँ यार समझा करो ना भाई
a third and final map to determine it all to see which one of these two is going to be pushing forward and
प्रॉपर्टीज रुको फ्लिप का ऑप्शन देखती हूँ इधर होगा शायद कोई ट्रांसफॉर्म में होना चाहिए वेट फ्लिप हॉरिजॉन
I still just can't believe that Carmine Corp
अभी मैं नॉर्मल दिख रही हूँ
have found the form against these level of teams. Fnatic in the qualifier, Paper Rex, Vitality.
अभी दिख रही हूँ ना नॉर्मल एकदम.
Victory against NRG and
I have एक और idea.
Of the blue wall here at EWC Paris 2026. Welcome back to the desk, Digon alongside Kukuka and Big Time and Fracture yet again was.
अब सही है ना एकदम.
Loved it. I love their Fracture. I think they're so good on it. They're really.
अब अच्छा लग रहा है यार.
That's where a lot of teams get tripped up because you have to be aggressive. You have to.
Plushies नहीं दिख रहे अभी लाती हूँ plushies.
With your body, they did that so brilliantly. They understood well.
Manoj, thank you for 38 months.
Feeling great about NRG. You doubted.
That's true.
Oh, W part, thank you.
This is not like in log.
ये ट्रॉफी को मैं बाहर कैसे निकालूं मुझे देनी है किसी को हेडविक का है नाइस
I need to be realistic. At the end of the day, it's NRG that they're going up against, and this is a wounded KC. And why wouldn't they be? It's been a terrible year for them. So, I know that the caliber of the players is good, but listening also to Avis and the interviews that he's been given, it is a mental problem.
Yeah.
Now I'm kind of sad that Fracture.
And when I'm back in Chicago,
yo, you're insane on Fracture, and
which
this is gonna
there
be crazy
anymore.
again.
Yeah.
But jokes aside, and focusing just on this map, there is something.
Warming over next 4 days. क्या बात है मतलब बारिश रुकने वाली है मुंबई में नहीं इधर तो दिखा रहा है बारिश 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 ट्यूसडे वेंसडे वेंसडे आज ट्यूसडे है ना आज मंडे है अच्छा वेंसडे को तो मैं वापस जा रही हूँ भाई बट इट्स वेरी ह्यूमिड आई एम वेरी हैप्पी कि मैं हेयर का वो करा चुकी थी वरना तो मैं इधर कुछ कर ही नहीं पाती
That he'd been poached away to the other region, but
they did.
You guys poached Narrate. Narrate was over in Sentinels.
No,
he comes back across for KC. He's ready to go.
No, that is a myth. Nobody wanted Narrate on Americas, and we gave him a chance. And then when he was good, Sentinels came knocking on his door. Rob is here. I literally say Sentinels, and he appears. You haven't been gone the entire day. Anyway, and then when they didn't want him anymore, we took him back. And this is Narrate.
Well, it's been a great welcome home for Narrate here in Paris. I think, they're trying to do everything they can to get across, play in front of the crowd, give them so much energy, so much passion. One map away now from deciding that final spot here in this group and eliminating NRG. Could this be the second international in a row where they crash out in the group stage?
Yeah, 7-1 on opening duels for Narrate, and that was the big difference here. It just
weather report देखा
we said
करो
earlier,
भाई
the
पता नहीं
first two maps of this series, if you have strategies prepared, it is very difficult.
नेमार वाले ट्रॉमा के बाद आज पोर्टुगल स्पेन नहीं देख पाऊंगा. I know it's tough, but क्या कर सकते हैं. Today's loser goes home. Yes, obviously it's knockout.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I think we spoke about how great NRG were on Breeze, and we also said Fracture's a very different map. You have to.
Oh, samosa, samosa.
And I feel like I'm always
samosa.
a little bit worried about NRG whenever.
ये जगह तो देखी लग रही. हाँ क्या?
Things like that.
देखी है.
This team is running at 100% efficiency, and I think that's true.
And when I'm back in Chicago.
To me, there was a little bit of a disappointment in this map.
Guys, चलो फटफट मेरा सुपर चैट गोल कंप्लीट करो ताकि मुंबई ट्रिप के पैसे वसूल हो जाए, क्योंकि शूट नहीं हो रहा, वरना तो हो जाते, शूट होता तो वसूल. ये सबके जूल्स कैसे चल रहे हैं? जिनके नहीं चल रहे उनका स्किल इशू है. स्किल इशू.
I'm on my knees, please. I'm okay. I'm okay.
You look okay.
We'll have time to go ahead and figure out if was this the KC long play. Give them map 1.
And when I'm back in Chicago.
Leave Haven there for the decisive map. Well, that is where we're going. Map number 3 after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
तभी शीरो के नहीं चल रहे हैं. मेरे तो चल रहे हैं ब्रो.
Play is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city
मैं कैसे भेजूं? You are not in S8UL Bootcamp. Hi Inshan. फीफा देख रहे हो? कल देख पाई थी रात को, कल वाला देख पाई थी, उसके पहले के इधर आके तो नहीं देख पाई मैं नहीं भेज सकती क्योंकि मुझे वो फ्री वाला नहीं मिला है. वो कहाँ से मिलता है? आई डोंट नो. ये देखो, आई हैव 0 फ्री वाला. बूट कैम्प में क्यों गए हो भाई? तो कहाँ जाऊं मुंबई में भाई? मैं, मेरे पास घर थोड़ी है मुंबई में.
superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to super.
Apps दिखा रहे हो?
Kadir City, powered by Play.
नहीं. क्या दिखा दिया मैंने? यही तो है सारे भेजने वाले जूल्स. सही दिखाया तो ये पागल सा है ना ये कपिल. सही दिखाया भाई, ये पागल सा है, पता है मुझे हर बार कंफ्यूज कर देता है. राहुल ने भी रेड कार्ड भेज दिया. अभी क्या मैं मेका भी स्किप कर दूं गाइस? ओह नो. सेंड योर ओन गिफ्ट. फ्री वाला नहीं मिला मुझे. मेरे को ऐप जैसा दिखा, मेरे को नहीं पता कैसे दिखते. वाह, कपिल की कौन सुनता है? नॉट मी. अच्छा फ्री एंड्रॉइड में मिलता है भाई? ये क्या चीटिंग है? मतलब आईफोन वालों को फ्री चीजें नहीं मिलेंगी भाई? आईफोन तो आजकल सबके पास होता है, ये कैसा डिस्क्रिमिनेशन है? विद योर डेबिट और क्रेडिट कार्ड। हाँ ऐसा थोड़ी होता है, मेरे को फ्री में नहीं मिला कुछ। दो भाई मुझे भी फ्री वाला दो। सबके पास नहीं होता, आजकल सब पे होता है बाजी जो सिंह। आईफोन तो कोई भी ले लेता है अभी। आईफोन वो क्या बोलते हैं उसको, अच्छा मॉडल के सेटअप से पॉड स्ट्रीम कर रहा है ऑलरेडी, इसलिए मुझे नहीं मिला।
He got the answer correct as well. Digon alongside Kukuka and Big Time, and right now DOS9
उसको पूछती हूँ।
on the cusp of making it to the in-person portion of
अरे नहीं, बट किक की स्ट्रीम बंद हो जाएगी ना मेरी। वॉच लॉन्ग वहाँ से करूँगी तो बीच में स्ट्रीम बंद थोड़ी करूँगी, रहने दो गाइस, इधर से ही करूँगी मैं।
NA representation will go from one team to two teams.
Yeah, but look, for me, I think NRG struggled in that map. We know that Haven is a map Casey routinely will like to go to back in EMEA. It's where they feel very, very comfortable. So I think you have to ask bigger questions over onto the NA squad there of NRG.
Yeah, absolutely. For the side of KC, as you're saying, is somewhere where they're comfortable, is somewhere where they know what they're doing, and it's somewhere where actually the change in putting Aves back into an initiator, moving him away from the duelist, has worked wonders for them, especially if Narrate is able.
मेरे चैनल पे क्यों नहीं दिखा रहा? वो करो बंद करके चालू करके देखो, देख लो यार। I don't know. गाइस मैं वॉशरूम जाके आई।
I think that the composition is something that they might stick with, maybe with all the Waylay that we're seeing.
जिनका कैमरा वर्क नहीं है और दिमाग वाले हैं और फ्लेक्स नहीं करना, वो आईफोन लेंगे। बच्चे और ओपिनियन भाई, हर चीज में स्टीरियोटाइप्स बनाना लाइक वो कंपल्शन है। आई मीन ठीक है, मे बी वो तुम्हारा ओपिनियन होगा कि आईफोन इज अ फ्लेक्स, बट इट्स नॉट अ फ्लेक्स ब्रो। आई जस्ट लाइक आईफोन्स, मुझे एंड्रॉइड्स नहीं पसंद। मेरे को 11 साल हो गए शायद से या ज्यादा आईफोन पे स्विच करे हुए, और जब मैंने स्विच किया था ना, आई वाज लाइक आई एम नॉट गोइंग बैक टू एंड्रॉइड्स। एंड ऑनेस्टली उस टाइम इतने अच्छे एंड्रॉइड फोन्स आते भी नहीं थे, उसके बाद आने लगे, अभी तो काफी आ गए हैं। बट मेरे को पर्सनली मेरे को एंड्रॉइड्स नहीं समझ में आते, मेरे को उतने नहीं पसंद। आईफोन वाज अ फ्लेक्स मे बी इन 2016, पता नहीं मेरे को। जस्ट लाइक मैं दूसरे लोग को देखती थी ना, आई यूज्ड टू बी लाइक आईफोन कितना ज्यादा अच्छा दिखता है, तो मुझे चाहिए था। और उस टाइम मेरा फर्स्ट आईफोन पापा ने मुझे दिलाया था 2015 में, फिर उसके बाद तो सारे मैंने खुद लिए हैं। बट आई नेवर वेंट बैक टू एंड्रॉइड, लाइक मेरे को पसंद ही नहीं आते एंड्रॉइड। भाई एंड्रॉइड उल्टा, कितने एंड्रॉइड फोन्स जो अच्छे हैं वो बहुत महंगे हैं, तो फ्लेक्स जैसा तो कुछ है नहीं। लाइक 11-12 साल पहले था जब अच्छे एंड्रॉइड फोन्स नहीं आते थे, तब यू कुड से कि आईफोन इज अ फ्लेक्स। बट अभी बहुत सारे एंड्रॉइड्स हैं, इवन बहुत एक्सपेंसिव है। लाइक देखो एंड्रॉइड लेने का पॉइंट ना तभी होता है अगर तुम महंगे वाला लो। सस्ते एंड्रॉइड्स आर यूजलेस, एकदम घटिया होते हैं, और वो इतने ज्यादा महंगे है भाई। बट इफ यू कैन तो फिर वो लो भाई, वो बहुत अच्छे हैं। स्पेशली कैमरा के लिए मैंने तो लोगों से यही सुना है कि कौन सा एंड्रॉइड बोला था मुझे, गूगल का कोई है क्या गाइस? मुझे अंकिया किसी ने बोला था कि उसका कैमरा बहुत ज्यादा अच्छा है, मैं भूल गई। पिक्सल शायद से। पिक्सल राइट, वही है शायद। यार तुम लोग ने बात तो लगा दिया, मैं वॉशरूम जाना था मुझे।
Yeah, and this is going to be one of those big moments for NRG. Looking towards Ethan on that neon again. Kind of a surprise to see him on a duelist role, but here we go.
Curveball to the corner.
I think only Samsung and Google for me I consider.
Ethan, the first to fall, just trying to put his body on the line.
Vivo to
Go
nahi.
ahead and succeed. The drop down from Scuba going to be able to find
Yeah,
out. As he
Aiku.
goes into the 1v1. And Kiko will have
Nice.
the headshot. NRG continuing to be perfect in pistols.
Guys, I
Can
मैं
they
washroom
expound
जाना है मुझे.
from here?
Yeah, it just comes down to that gunfight at the choke and who's going to be able to get over the line. And it's, frankly, Ethan here who does create that little bit of extra space. A really nice flash behind him. Ethan's like, just throw it behind me. I'll tank it. Nice job by Mata. Picking up 2. Scuba as well getting involved. And then Kiko good for it with the headhunter. The buy up for KC just going to be a Sheriff and a Bandit. Oh, nope. No Sheriff. Never mind. Levin changes mind. Aves, just the Bandit. A little bit of noise being made. Over towards mid. Ethan, a little unsure about taking that fight right at the front of garage.
Ethan with the spray and pray. Prayers are heard. Plenty of damage going to be dealt as well as that kill found. All right, just going to go get healed up by the hot hands.
Yeah, I was just about to point that out. Thank you, observers. It's the trip there, set up by Kiko, being observed by Sugetsu.
Meanwhile, Kiko observing the whole rest of the team, and yeah, heals be damned. Kiko looking to tear them limb from limb. He heard something over here at long. Now with the clear of the recon, knows that there's going to be that presence. You hear the orb being taken. Trying to go for the headhunter shots. I mean, not enough shells remaining in the judge. Either way, it's a flawless for NRG to start things off 2-0.
Okay. Pretty good start for them. I mean, traditionally, Haven a map, I always really liked the way NRG, especially when the Waylay was in the mix, but now feeling like this map just isn't going to be it. With the changes to Waylay, they try it on Fracture. But here on Haven, having to go in a very different direction. Sturdy stuff from Ethan. Good decision making. Got the little bit of a spot out there before the smoke bloomed. Able to spray down one. Kiko, reliable as always.
Halfway to that tour de force. Now with the change up, shifts over to garage. Just wanting to continue to play angles where this judge is going to be able to find a good amount of value.
And this should be pretty readable from KC. Almost always that judge ends up right in this spot here in garage behind those doors. It's just how quickly is like Mata going to be able to pivot.
My
in there,
mic is
his contact
on.
if they try to clear him.
On. NRG winning?
Now, going in a bit of a
I
different
guess.
direction. Have to assume Aves has a pretty decent idea. It's just how do they want to clear it? They're going to use the drone.
Smoke falling, not sure if anything was spotted on the side there by Ethan. Well, sprint across, now knows that Narrate has scaled forward. Still that trip around the corner, Mata. Consideration will just be the hot hands first. Most of that smoke to get layered in can still hold the curveballs. Meanwhile, Sugetsu has just been taken down over at a lobby. The late linger from Brock being rewarded with that Guardian at range. Now they're all going to go pushing in towards that Sova.
Hello Roy.
Another shot
GG's
out.
NRG कहाँ से?
Connection, Tag
हाँ मतलब
yourself.
GG's मतलब they are gonna
Down
win
towards
वाला
Sewer, Narrate,
GG's.
curveball over the top.
Obviously.
Trying to reach this position. Meanwhile, Kiko will be found at garage, and that's going to be a repivot now over towards B. That trip no longer in action.
आपकी आवाज ज़्यादा है गेम की कम सब मुझे बोल रहे थे मेरी आवाज नहीं आ रही थी.
Offset them here.
बढ़िया फिर मैं आराम से बात करती हूँ.
Collecting one. The run and gun from Mata, able to find DOS9. And now it's just Aves
And
and Narrate to
when
try to
I'm
clutch this one
back
out.
in shit
Narrate will be able to
I
strike.
feel it.
Aves still very low. They're holding on to this one, trying to buy the time. Late drop on the smoke, the TP up and over the top. Scuba now going to be taken down.
Wow,
So
that's a
1v1.
good
Narrate still relatively
bonus.
healthy as the curveball goes out.
नरेट निकाल लेगा तो राउंड तो नहीं आ रहा है
Tapping the
एनर्जी का.
fuse. Brock knowing that he needs to start sticking this one sooner rather than
Yeah.
later. Narrate going to be forced away.
Well
and that should be the round
played.
done and dusted. Brock knows it.
That is a
Narrate
good
knows it.
bonus for
KC
NRG.
able to play anti-bonus, but NRG still able to get an immense amount of damage dealt.
Yeah, this is really good work from both teams. NRG doing such a nice job with their rotations. throwing up a
इंसान भाई
ton of
क्योंकि
resistance.
सबको पोज करना आता है
Really
भाई
try
मेरे
to
को
get
नहीं
through
आता
at Sewers. There's 2 walls used there, the Phoenix wall and the fast lane, both thrown in. And then they're trying to contest that B plant, but it just was there fast enough from KC. They just made that pivot. Narrate
And
sold it
when I'm
as the
baking
Phoenix, and he's able to close out the
Chicago,
round. And
I feel
a little bit of relief on his face, but it's going to be tough now for KC. Still going to be able to get the rifles to go in this one. But on the back foot economically, if they can't find a win here in this round. Similar scenes, except now got Kiko, or excuse me, Mata, up at the front door. It's just holding a little bit of an off angle there. Spam catches a lot, 11.
Down to 56. NRG not wanting to give KC anything easily, anything for free. Molly to be sent, Blazewall as well. And that's Aves down to 59. Still, the neutral damage being found in the fights here. It's looking damn good for NRG. DOS9 turned back over to the side, able to find the one outside of Garage, but Kiko quickly to scale. Chasing forward, prevents him from escaping. KC now gets an Aves clustered here.
Tough round. Tough round for
Fury,
KC.
in a 2v3.
Unless Sugetsu कुछ wonder कर दे, but बहुत risky है. He has the info. उसको pick off कर सकना है वो. He fall back. Okay.
He's going to be holding out into the open.
That's a good shot.
Brock dead.
Fake TP.
Fake under from Scuba. The spam, the check, it forward into the smoke. Another gets layered in.
भाई दोनों एक ही जगह पर है. Oh, what? कुछ भी दोनों को एक साथ मार दिया उसने. कुछ भी.
Damn near the collat.
क्या बात कर रहे हो? इथन नियॉन है, मैंने नहीं नोटिस किया.
Persevere to move up 3-1, denying the tied score.
इथन नियॉन है?
Oh, that's a heartbreaker for KC.
I'm hungry. I
They
need
played
to
this really
eat.
nicely at the end. They do such a good job in that 2v3, holding the line, get it down to the 1v2. A scrape that doesn't go their way. Some really nice util.
भाई साहब Ethan और Neon.
Good relay pull to get the kill on the narrate.
Crazy.
Good paranoia there on the DOS9. But then it's Kiko heroics on the chamber. That is unreal.
And tosses the weapon over to a teammate, grabs the outlaw. Knows that he's going to have free reign here. Meanwhile, narrate spammed down by Mata, just taking a couple taps out into the open. Walk down to Sewers, Ava's dead. The spike going to be spotted and right down to 8 HP. Should be a clean cleanup, but no. It's a fadeaway shot on Mata. Backpedals his way out of there, but Sugetsu's still going to be caught at the same time.
Dude, narrate is just incredible. He is a beast.
But how are you meant to pilot this from here? Spike can be planted. It's a free C site. Scuba nearby. I think he's hearing this noise quite just yet as narrates the one slowly creeping forward. As he gets ready to swing this corner, he will be dead.
I'm in boot camp.
Back, paranoia, ready to fly. Swing out though, and Brock greets him with the Odin. Old Faithful back in hand. Levin feels the pain, and now it is down to DOS9 to try to see what damage he can get. All of them spilling forward, but it's a quick check back from Kiko. Still constantly thinking about these angles of approach, constantly reading his opponents on these flanks. Stops them from suffering any more damage, as now it's 4-1.
Looking into this next round, it's going to be a lot of ults on both sides. Is there going to be a timeout called here by KC?
This
Talk
like
about
the right
this.
moment.
Yeah, I think you have to. You have to ensure that this half starts turning. I mean, unbelievable work with the bandit there by Narrate. Ethan looking pretty okay. He's in the right places at the right time.
Crazy
Expect
Sanjay.
that out of the IGL. He's finding his kills where he can.
इधर ही हूँ भाई अभी तो.
Doesn't have his overdrive
अभी
just
क्यों
yet,
कर
but
रहे हो?
every other ult available gets one away from his, and then there you go.
ये command वैसे change होना चाहिए. It should
Immediately
be
invested. It has a judge behind it.
TP4, just the default on
something
B.
else.
Plan to come in, but Hunter's Fury is going to
Like if I'll travel to boot camp,
He's able to shut down
you will
Narrate's
know
ult as well
on
as
my
Levin.
IGBC.
Now pops his own. sprinting over in the
कैसा
back
सा है ये
side.
bot है ना
Spots
bot.
the enemy Omen, cleans up DOS9. Effectively 3 kills for him. Meanwhile, Ethan making that contact, and he pushes Alves out into the open for Kiko to collect that kill. Molly out from narrate, the window being watched.
भाई लॉरेंस ये क्या लिखा है सब तेरे सर के ऊपर से गया है.
Kiko can just keep this cipher contained. Sugetsu, nothing more to be done. The defuse will be
Game
stuck.
sound
He
कम
has
है
to
क्या
hold on to
guys?
the weapon. He's gonna try to.
अब सही है.
Will find him, and he is surrounded.
Good night. ये कैसा good night
It
है?
finds the one, but Mata will find a fourth as NRG find themselves up by 4.
What a pincer setup here for NRG. I mean, they're happy to give up this B space because they have so many layers behind it. They're pushing out from long A, from long C, immediately off the rip. I love the way Ethan just baiting a little bit there for Kiko. And on site, Mata goes absolutely crazy with that run it
Yeah,
back.
Lawrence, you can talk to
Finds so
Aman,
much
okay?
value out of that ultimate. Multiple kills.
You both will understand
Shuts
each
down
other.
Narrates ultimate. And now the timeout.
We,
We're gonna
the
be here.
Still a couple
ordinary people cannot understand you
shadows
guys.
as well as they run it back. They're trying to make a go of this, and now you're
Leave
gonna
us
be on a week
alone.
goodbye. There's a
ये
lot
केसी
to
किधर की
discuss, a
टीम
lot
है?
to try to figure out here.
EMEA
because,
की टीम है.
I mean, if you're KC
France.
coming into this, starting on that attacker side, this is where you should be finding an immense amount of value with that Phoenix Neon.
For sure. And you're going up against a Phoenix Neon too. That's the concern here, is that, you know, in theory, the attacker side power should be there for NRG as well when we flip. Just KC has been thwarted, and it's really good stuff from NRG. I mean, they're taking control of long A pretty consistently, and when they do give it up, they're quick to rotate back to it to set up for the flood retakes. Let's see. Are they going to go for any kind of early Hunter's Fury? Maybe that's what that early drone was for. Try to clear some space.
Even then, still fairly risky. Is Ethan has killed 2. Just goes sliding in the long. Cleans up that kill. Levin will be able to peel one back. Knows that that enemy Neon's still going to be in position and has to try to take him down, but Ethan holds his own for at least one more.
प्रणव यार मुझे नहीं पता, मैंने नहीं देखा ऐसा कुछ.
Ton of damage on the Brock, but just cannot confirm the kill. So narrate again.
Yes, NRG is American team.
NRG is giving up the space for now.
भाई केसी ने क्या मतलब सिर्फ फ्रैक्चर ही प्रैक्टिस किया है क्या? फ्रैक्चर पे तो इतना गंदा धो रहे थे. हेवन पे आते ही ऐसा लग रहा है फिर से वो भूल गए कि कैसे खेलते हैं.
Sends narrate packing.
Half of this, and he's got
to go all the way to
fully
C.
re-clear, but
Anti-narrate.
all the way to C, starting to run out of time, especially when you have to clear so many angles. Trademark still available as well in Garage. That's exactly where he's going to be going. Clears that out.
Huh?
Now, I mean, if he pivots back into B, these players are going to be in transit. They made it.
Oh, he's trying for the big brain, but they know.
Hear that either way. This way in the corner of the spot. Brock has seen him. Tries to clear the recon. The pin comes in, and Brock, despite being at 10 health, still will be able to win it out with that Odin in hand. There's no one else like him.
That is very true. He is a maestro of the Odin. 11 almost. If he gets Ethan there, I think there's a real good hope. But once Ethan's able to hold the line, I mean, a big 3K for the duelist IGL of NRG. Who would have thought we'd ever be saying that? 2026. Still, Hunter's Fury, Neural Theft. Oh, Ethan has his ult. Oh, that just missed Levin.
Quick peek. Mata able to find Levin. Solid shot, though, from Sugetsu. Gets rid of him. Denies that run it back from being able to be effective in this round. Meanwhile, the Neural Theft getting the reveal. Brock on the peak, trying to escape. Paranoia will connect. He frantically does manage to backpedal away. Now knows there's going to be further presence at Sewer. The Odin in hand, and the right can't keep it.
Ooh, they were trying to sell a bit of a fake over at A. But NRG has been really aggressive on this defender side at times. Picked their moment to push out B, and profit. Now look at this. I'm pretty convinced that A is no longer going to be the destination. They're going to group up, and oh man, DOS9.
Just around the corner. I mean, he could absolutely ruin their day here. Gun barrel, I think you have just about spotted. Two of them, in fact. And Scuba will be the one paying the iron price. Back into a 3v3 we go. So now hearing the plant. Sugetsu works his way up into window. Ethan on the approach. Trying to draw this attention, but Sugetsu for now trained in towards that defender's side. Goes for the peek, and Ethan will fall. Brock just not at any kind of angle to try to counter swing this. Meanwhile, an attempt to no-scope through the wall. Kiko will still be able to fight it with a headhunter. Back into a 2v2, but the Hunter's Fury is available.
ये थक का सेटअप है.
Have to get the tap to try to draw this one out, and there it is. Kiko is going to be... Oh, no, he's... Okay, now he's hit him. He's just going to stick it. He's going to try to stick it. Doesn't have quite enough time. Oh, but for a moment, KC. They almost squandered that completely. It's the initial person, the Hunter's Fury, had not gotten the tag.
This is a wild round. And it felt like, again, NRG was just going to be a step ahead, but DOS9 tucks in there right outside of grass. That was the difference maker. This right here completely set NRG off balance. They were grouping up. They were expecting to have some free reign, try to maybe spread into long and into garage. That got shut right down. And they had to scramble a little bit. Brock, not sure if he connected. Yeah, he did.
He did.
Narrate is very unhappy.
Quite a big way.
Yeah. Is not ideal.
Meanwhile,
oh goodness.
Scuba just found Sugetsu trying to tuck away that C-long cubby.
Oh goodness.
Molly, Blazewall chucked into the garage. Mono will end up getting taken down. Levin with a nice shot. As really bolt gets sent over towards Platt, but it's a tuck away. Scuba staying flush against the wall. Spots him out. Levin just not quite looking in the right direction. Scuba now TPing down to the sewer, trying to see what this approach is going to be. But Kiko, he's the one, Johnny on the spot.
Almost. मैंने देखा नहीं क्या हुआ.
Saw the hand, the curveball will connect. The overwhelm will come in, Narrate able to run him down. But look at this around. Scuba in around the back. Here's the tap, the check. DOS9 now watching the window. Will be able to find that kill, and suddenly, round win back on the menu for Carmine Corp. Tries to play this one quietly, knows that they're going to go re-pushing back into this, and Ethan has the transfer, has them both dead, and has NRG up 7-2.
Wow. It looked like maybe it was going to be another round where KC was going to be able to salvage those early disadvantages. Narrate tagged up, but he can heal himself. Sugetsu down. You're losing players. You're able to clear out garage window. What a nice little play there by Scuba. It hedges his bets. He can go back to C, or he can stay in sewers.
लेकिन इधर नहीं on पे क्यों है मुझे अभी तक नहीं समझा.
Kiko not able to take advantage of it, and that opens the door for Narrate. Then Ethan just clean with it.
KC from here, I mean, even if you can get up to 5, it's still going to feel pretty damn rough. And NRG, I think they won it all. Not satisfied after that previous map. They're only really being able to get a smattering of success outside of the pistols and anti-ecos. They are running away with this Haven. And the onus is absolutely on KC to do something about it. From the shadows, or run it back available. Nada similarly has his on the other side. Currently positioned at garage. Recon cleared, Blazewall set up, cuts off that trademark for now. Relay bolt going to be dodged. Now the answering, run it back going to be sent, and that's going to be him dead. Mana, no cover until Brock arrives. Revenge for a fallen teammate is DOS9. Noted, and the spike is still on the floor. Brock is feeling it as he's just jumping the corner with the Odin.
Here.
They knew where Narrate was at. It's just Sugetsu that they really have to try to assess. As swing in, Ethan. He'll get the goods.
Wow.
For the final 2 yet again. 8-2. NRG. So firmly in control, and for KC, I mean, I think it already might be too late to try to call that second timeout, but it feels like they so very much need it.
Yeah, maybe they will, maybe they won't. I mean, even though
ठीक है
Brock shows up to the party just a split second late, he still does that jumping out into the open moon maneuver. I mean, the maestro in full swing there. Beautiful. That is so hard to do, and he makes it look easy.
All this to try to set up Kiko. Hadn't gotten spotted. Narrate goes back for a little bit more. A second glimpse, a second peek. And he hits the floor dead. 4-10-2. Not sure if it's just the map or maybe the experience of playing against the Phoenix on the previous, but it feels like NRG figured out how to deny Narrate value at every twist and turn.
That was a huge pain in the butt for them on Fracture. Narrate has got to be so frustrated. Try to scale up into B. It has been left sort of open. I mean, Ethan is kind of watching it. About this garage presence. Nobody home.
Molly out, and Scuba just disrespects that.
आज लाइट अच्छी नहीं लग रही. अरे कोई लाइट है ही नहीं. लाइट ये लाइट मेरे को नहीं पता कैसे ऑन होगी. रूम की जो लाइट है वही है बस.
Pressure building on his shoulders. Trying to get this jump, trying to get this catch, and he will be able to do so. Scuba
देखो guys, it's either
preventing him from scaling
this setup or no stream at all. So you can choose.
With an opportunity.
मॉडल के सेटअप से पॉड स्ट्रीम कर रहा है वरना मैं वहां से कर लेती.
Two crisp and clean shots to make a go of it. The first player going to be spotted out. Overdrive going to be popped. Shock try to soften him up, and it's just going to be Ethan sprinting at him, running him down. Steamrolls him, much like NRG have been steamrolling KC on Haven thus far. They are looking to make this 10-2.
I mean, some of these mid-round ideas from KC are quite nice in the scramble, but it's just not enough. You're just hemorrhaging too many players early, giving over so much to NRG. It's the pick, it's the setup here. Disrespecting your own util to go for the kill. DOS9 finds two nice ones, and then that's opened up the map. It's given a bunch of question marks for NRG to have to deal with, but superior weaponry, superior numbers, are able to get the job done.
Well, Narrate going to try to utilize an Odin against them as Hunter's Fury is going to be going through. The relay bolt committed in. Ethan's going to be good for one, but Levin has the trade. Spot out onto the enemy Sova at the walk forward, but Kiko just a little bit too trigger happy. Will not be able to find it. So NRG, the trap play, not really going the way that they would have liked, but they do critically get the smokes player out of the hands of KC. That's going to make for very difficult scaling.
For sure. And you can be a little bit more aggressive as NRG, especially with that spot. Easy. Easy for Brock.
Here's being revealed. Just no idea. They couldn't get pushed from behind like that. Jump in the corner of the op in hand. The crumble going to be sent out. Kiko does get blinded up, and the spike can be planted. 3v4. Mata and Scuba going to be taking their time. They know.
कोई ना guys, आज और कल की बात है.
A little bit more.
परसों मेरे घर से stream.
Mata, he is fully ready for Aves, and now they know the Odin is here as well. The paranoia connecting, and Narrate just cannot slink away. Sugetsu now. He's got to make his presence known. He's got to.
This setup reminds me of your old setup. Old कैसे? मेरा तो ऐसा था ही नहीं कभी. भाई 10-2 भाई. बहुत ही बुरा पिटाई खा रही है भाई कैसी. अरे थक्का सेटअप है कितनी बार तो बोला. थक्का ही रूम है ये.
At the top of the leaderboard, it's none other than Ethan.
This is my room for 2 days, today and tomorrow.
He's playing it on Ascent. He's playing it here now on Haven. Both this very tournament.
I love it, man.
5 teams तो नहीं होंगी ये में कि मुझे पता था मैंने तो NRG बोला था. Just मेरे को maps का नहीं पता इनकी कि किसका क्या अच्छा है. तो ये नहीं पता था 2-0 होगा 2-1 होगा.
He's looking really comfy here. I mean, again, he's done a lot of the selfless plays where you're going to run in there.
अच्छा एक सेकंड ये वही है. DOS9 ये तो मैं भूल ही गई थी. Right, सही कह रहे हो. हाँ.
Really nice job of it. Has really good protocols for when he wants to use his relay bolt. It's a very smart player, and you know may not be the flashiest, but because of his brains, he's able to make it look like Braun.
Of course, the other layer to this is because you widely do have these mirrored compositions, just the difference in that Sentinel.
Right.
And how many times have we seen it? How many times have we talked about it? The Chamber being able to very much help contain the double duelist. It's got a ton of firepower in its own right. And NRG, they've widely been winning a lot of these rounds from the outset. The barriers drop, kills are found, and KC just haven't really been able to put anything together. When you have a player the caliber of Kiko on a Chamber, and he can pretty freely and easily fight forward, take aggressive positions at the start of these rounds, come away with opening picks, you're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah.
हाँ VCSA में था ना ये याद ही नहीं था.
So good in so many different aspects. Unbelievably talented as that player. What a great pickup for NRG he has been. And you always have that threat of Brock. Never know where that's going to be, where the Odin's going to be. He doesn't even need the Odin, to be honest. He's incredible with every gun. That's something that I think is underappreciated about Brock, because he's so good with the Odin that it overshadows how good he is at everything else. It's all even in that last round. Teed himself up for a kill. Used his util. Catch a player as they're trying to escape long A.
If memory does serve, it's 5 for 5 on pistols. NRG looking to make this 6 now. As KC, they do want to get proactive. Quick exploration out of garage. Meanwhile, drone to try to keep that interest on this side of the map.
Oh, I love this.
Chavez on the peak, able to spot him out, and now KC getting the bad news, having to go for a quick pivot. Fast lane going to be set by Ethan. Chavez tucking back, takes a couple shots. Now they know he's on that sewer side. Spike in the hands of Ethan, but it's going to be Scuba able to find one, but Avage quickly trades it back as Kiko will fall. The headhunter now out of the equation. It's just a bloody back and forth between these teams.
You're taking a break from YouTube for a couple of months. Oh, I hope everything is okay, Shreyash. Take care.
Smart play, gets it back into a 2v2. I'm not sure where he's going. Ethan now try to clutch this out all alone. Spots them both. Takes the one side. The frenzy can't get drawn out fast enough. Avez will be able to find the 3K. KC get a pistol under their belts. They still need 7 more just to tie this up.
Yeah, again, the individual play from some of these players on KC today has been really, really good. Even on the maps where they're getting beat by NRG. This time it's Avez. Plays that
ये पिन मैसेज ये लोग ने नीचे कर दिया है ना, तब से दिखता ही नहीं है. बट पिन मैसेज ऊपर ही होना चाहिए देखा जाए तो. पता नहीं नीचे क्यों है. भाई फेक कमबैक नहीं चाहिए भाई, प्लीज. हमको मेका खेलने जाना है.
He had a chance to maybe get one, and then
he should also be taking break.
What? But didn't have his crosshair in the right spot. Wasn't able to
no
convert.
break.
No buy up at all here for NRG. They know that KC is going to be pressing, so no reason not to save a little bit extra money. DOS9, hello.
God.
Oh, goodness. That was close.
Yeah, not much damage going to be suffered after all. And right now, sprinting in. So far, this has been unread, so he will be able to go ahead and take down 2. Ethan as well, trying frantically to find anything else.
God.
If nothing else, it's not a flawless, but KC still do
Easy win
energy,
yup.
Carry over a
Easy
ton
win
of
तो
key
है.
weaponry into the bonus.
For sure.
Guys, please like कर दो stream को सब लोग.
Can feel the pressure
इतने महीनों बाद बूट कैंप से स्ट्रीम कर रही हूँ भाई, तुम लोग लाइक भी नहीं कर सकते हो.
All right, nice timing.
लास्ट को बहुत टाइम हो गया है, मेरे को याद नहीं एग्जैक्टली मैं कब की थी स्ट्रीम, क्योंकि मेरे पिछले जितने भी ट्रिप्स रहे हैं ना उसमें इट वाज लाइक कि मैं शूट के लिए आई थी, तो जब शूट होता है तब तो स्ट्रीम ऑब्वियसली नहीं होती है.
Really, you almost feel like they need to convert this. Get back into this map. Put them 5 down if they can.
They might just be hitting B again, though. Give it a second go. Narrate, the only player nearby enough.
Well, yeah, you're right.
नहीं लब वो तो नहीं देखा मैंने. भाई आई होप बोनस ना जीते अभी केसी. Yeah, Ethan, let's go. Let's go, Mara. चलो, no bonus. No bonus.
They were so ready.
Now firm control.
They were so ready for that double shock.
They avoid it all, and I mean KC.
No Phasmo, no Phasmo.
Play of it. Just don't really have the numbers on your side. Ethan's at 4 HP, still able to find another. Setsu on the arrival.
अमन कपिल मेरे से बुली होके थक गया, इसके लिए उसको ब्रेक चाहिए, मेंटल ब्रेक.
NRG just suffering the one casualty will keep 4 alive as they deny the bonus conversion. They move up 11-4.
अबे सार्थक, आई थिंक फोन में नॉर्मल ही दिखता है खुद का नाम.
Just a little bit of a pause.
I'm not sure, but
talk about how they want
I guess
their
ऐसा
util
है.
to land on that execute. It felt like once it ripped, Ethan gets into the back and he does the heavy lifting again. He has been stellar. I mean, again, it's more about using that speed to get into an optimal position, and he's able to win that spam fight. What a turn on 11. Sure, he ends up dying in the long run, but he'll take that round every day of the week. 16-9 now, has his overdrive already. KC gonna be able to get rifles.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता यार, मेरे साथ हुआ था, मुझे इसके लिए लगा.
It's gotta be the round. It's gotta go their way.
आईफोन में होता होगा. ओह, मैं किसके चैट में बहुत पहले आई गेस नो मर्सी के चैट में गई थी, तो मैं मेंबर थी बट मेरा नाम ग्रे में था, तो मैं बोली थी, तो उसने बोला कि नहीं ग्रीनी तो है, मैंने कहा है मुझे तो ग्रे दिख रहा है. ऐसा जस्ट थैंक यू, मतलब बहुत ही नहीं रोहन, कभी नहीं.
Pushing forward, Brock now trying to scale on this angle. 11 missing him. But if he continues to scale, if he just checks back over towards long, he'll have him dead to rights, and he does.
ओए,
So far, so flawless for KC.
गए हो
Exactly what
राउंड.
they need.
They do have buy वैसे इन लोग का, क्योंकि लास्ट बाय
More
था
their way back into this.
without much damage.
I mean, honestly, you might just save at this point.
I think you are.
अभी
It's
बेटर है,
NRG.
क्या
You
बेटर
don't
है?
really necessarily need to, but you might as well
The
because
rates one away. Alvis is one away.
yep, that's just it. No reason to give over any more orbs.
Okay, 11-5.
मैं
I think
अपनी
here
लाइफ
just
में कभी घर से
NRG did-
बाहर रही नहीं हूँ,
It is a different
घर
look
पे ही
than the
रही हूँ.
previous round. Of course,
मैं
they're not
मैक्स
going
घर
for
से
the
दूर
fast
रही
B
थी
hit,
फॉर
but
मतलब एक तरह से एक ट्रिप
This
के
time
लिए
around,
10 दिन के लिए, एंड वो
see
10
kinda
दिन में ही
goes
मेरा
back
हो
to
गया था.
something that works so
मेरा
well
मन
for them
भर
on
गया था.
track
आई
there,
वाज
which
लाइक
is
कभी नहीं जाऊंगी मैं,
being
कभी नहीं
aggressive
जाऊंगी.
on the defender
वो 10
side,
दिन
and
के
they're gonna
अलावा
need
तो
to be
10 वो मेरा
just like we saw
हाईएस्ट
with
था.
NRG on their defender side of
उसके
Haven.
अलावा तो रियाद
Run
का
double
था
duels
कितना
like
7
this,
दिन,
it requires you to be
बट वो
step
10
ahead.
दिन में मेरा हो गया था.
This time they were.
आई वाज लाइक
Find a bunch of
डन
big kills because of that.
एकदम.
Then we go. Another round should be
फिर लाइक
okay
मुझे
in the
घर
money
जाना
department, I
है.
would think,
या
for KC.
आई एम नॉट अ गोइंग आउट वाला पर्सन. आई डोंट लाइक टू गो आउट.
Well piloted NRG. Not ready for these backstabs to come through. Something to be assessed. As they look to try to close this one out, but how about now the Hunter's Fury going to be online? That overdrive.
ग्रीन ही आता. तो फिर वो वेरीफाइड टिक की वजह से ग्रे दिखता होगा, क्योंकि मुझे मेरा ग्रे दिख रहा था. फैमिली ट्रिप कब होगी पता नहीं.
For now, just some early fishing and very
Would you like to
slow
travel and
approach
explore new
overall for
places?
NRG. Just grab an orb outside of S8UL.
ट्रैवल इज डिफरेंट.
With Scuba to get
और मैं ट्रैवल भी अकेले नहीं गई हूँ, वो 10 दिन ही था.
Yeah, and this time NRG
बट नो आई डिड नॉट
makes the
एंजॉय
adjustment,
ऑनेस्टली,
realizing that KC had
बिकॉज
found
मेरे लिए ना
potential
कंपनी बहुत
weakness,
मैटर करती है कि कौन है
and that
मेरे
was just
साथ.
to be a little bit more
इतना
aggressive
ज्यादा
off the
मैटर
rip, but
करती है कि
instead,
मेरा पूरा एक्सपीरियंस फकअप हो जाता है
4-5
इफ
early.
लोग सही नहीं है.
They're gonna fan out 2-1-2.
फैमिली के साथ
NRG
जो
begins
यूरोप
to
ट्रिप था
explore
वो
the map
बेस्ट था,
somewhat
बेस्ट ट्रिप था
themselves.
इसके
Got
लिए.
Kiko tucked into a
फैमिली
corner.
के साथ इट्स ऑलवेज
TP this side,
W.
the spot of the paranoia going to be sent through as well. So now the Hunter's Fury does get committed, but Kiko trying to scale up into C, trying to break things open, ends up falling to the wayside. And this pivot could be absolutely devastating as Narrate is completely unnoted. Scuba now dead. And
Oh my
NRG
God,
scattered to
Aman.
the winds. Spike needing to be rerouted.
काइंड ऑफ सेम एक्सपीरियंस इन दैट 10 days का ट्रिप, बिकॉज मेरे को ये सब पसंद नहीं.
Can they clear him out? Yes.
एंड मैं जिस दोस्त के साथ गई थी उसको ये करना था, तो मेरे लिए बहुत स्ट्रगल हो गया था. यही रीजन है, लाइक यू नीड पीपल जो तुम्हारे जैसे हो, तभी तुम एंजॉय कर सकते हो किधर भी जाओ.
Going to be damn difficult.
You cleared DOS 9. A lot easier.
Run it back, going to be committed. DOS 9 for now, going to be contained, and Ethan gets the shutdown. Narrate's ult going to be
वरना
denied
तो
away. Thomas
वेकेशन
gonna
की
be
जगह
found out.
सफरिंग हो
Ethan
जाती है वो.
finding the other, now the overdrive going to be popped. Cleans up Narrate. He's looking for a little bit more. Mana will take Sugetsu and DOS9. His presence, his position known. The re-wrap through garage out into mid. DOS9, a player of his caliber. This should be impossible.
In all your daddy's home.
Just try to back away, maybe get a final elimination there on.
भाई ग्रुप गेम शुरू हो रहे हैं, मुझे सेटअप भी करना है.
Ethan will be heard. DOS9 wants to try to get that kill, but Ethan's cleared the corner.
मैच खत्म हो जाए, एनर्जी जीत जाओ. अबे वो लोग पे तो पैसे हैं, फुल बाय है.
KC needs 7 in a row.
2 राउंड का है, बट निकाल लेंगे.
Otherwise, their run here at EWC, their dream of playing in front of this Parisian crowd will absolutely collapse.
मैं तब तक लॉगिन तो कर लूं. वेट.
You have your strength.
एनर्जी जीत गया, समझो. समझो क्या होता है.
Isolated and dealt with.
रुको गाइस, मैं किक लॉगिन कर लेती हूं ना तब तक.
They knew that the other 3 had to be over the other way, so
उसमें भी टाइम लग जाएगा वरना. एक तो ये कीबोर्ड पे बटन्स नहीं दिख रहे भाई.
We try to play someone one-on-one against DOS9.
सब कैमोफ्लेज हो रहा है.
DOS9's really good in those scenarios. Or do we just group up as 3? Ethan is his overdrive, says, guys, when they come at us, we're ready, and we can just hit the nitrous and go right at them.
I mean, hindsight is 2020, but it again feels like this is a timeout that needed to be seen in that first half when NRG was just running away with it. Just not enough wiggle room. Your back is up against the wall, and granted, yes, it is possible. 7 rounds in a row. It's been done before. It'll be done many more times across future tournaments, and I'm sure even at this one. But for KC, the way that they've been looking compared to the previous map, the way that NRG's been looking compared to the previous map, it just feels like it's a bridge too far.
I mean, the funny thing is it wouldn't even be the most ridiculous comeback we've seen at this event so far if it happens.
I'll tell you one thing,
Mother
Nature's out. I know we've talked about it a bunch.
Alt cycles, a little bit away. 11.
Dodges that stun and does manage to plant his feet, finds Mata.
Wow.
DOS9 gets Kiko, and okay, whatever was in that timeout seems to be working. Ethan eventually able to clear that one out, but curveball fully connects, and Narrate will strike him down. Scuba has to backpedal away from the Blaze Wall. KC, again, slated to try to find a flawless round win. Exactly what they need to try to snowball from here.
ये तो हार गई राउंड एनर्जी.
Back to a save.
That's crazy.
Should
That's
be.
crazy.
Some of the more critical ultimates not quite getting ready to be cycled up aside from Sugetsu with the neural theft. Seems like Ethan is spurring them on though.
Well, gotta check this angle. They beat Aves. Maybe. Just maybe.
We've been watching for it. The face in, fadeaway shot, doesn't suffer any damage. And they're off. Sprint forward, gonna be coming through. Paranoia gonna be chucked in. The drone blinded up for the moment. Molly does land. One player gonna be spotted out. The TP up into heaven for Scuba.
Home for me.
Plan to come into play, and they're gonna look to double re-clear this. Smoke gonna be cycled in, but now it's just Scuba all alone. Sugetsu able to find it, the jump out of the smoke. Scuba, the spray and pray rewarded with 2.
बंद कर दूं क्या 1 सेकंड? मेरे को स्टीम भी लॉगिन करना है. टाइम लगेगा थोड़ा.
The tap of the fuse, and what a way to close this out if Scuba could get it done. Just so very unfavored.
बंद कर दूं क्या चैट फिर? शुरू हो रहे ग्रुप गेम्स. रुको, लोग ने गेम्स तो शुरू नहीं किया तो जाती हूँ, वरना तो पॉइंटलेस है.
All right, again, KC matches some of this early B main pressure. They want to take the fight at grass, and they're going to be successful.
पहले नहीं रहा किसी का स्ट्रीम ही नहीं खुल रहा.
Ideas again from NRG. Feels like to me they're trying to close this map out by just brute forcing their way onto B one way or another. Scuba able to come up with some crazy in the kills up in heaven there, but you know, okay, timeout NRG. Yeah, I mean, I think this at this point, like, just say, hey, let's go back to maybe playing a little bit slow off the rip. Let's spread out a little bit. Let's give Kiko the opportunity to maybe win some 1v1s at long C or long A. He's had a rough go of it, to be fair. KC has done a really nice job of shutting Kiko down.
Start हो गया guys, next से जाऊंगी.
Opposite of what we were seeing.
They started. मेरे को Steam login वगैरह करना है ना, टाइम लगेगा.
KC's been able to keep the chamber in check.
You know your dad is on.
Beyond that, it's actually been the neon that's been a huge problem in some of these rounds.
एक सेकंड, ये क्वालिटी फिर से गया है क्या? एचडी तो नहीं लग रहा है किसी भी एंगल से.
I'd like to just see a little.
हाँ देख लिया मैंने ऑलरेडी. पालवर्ड 10 तारीख को आ रहा है. देखते हैं सर्वर का क्या सीन है. बनेगा S8UL सर्वर तो बढ़िया है, मजे आएंगे फिर.
Stop that, and I think you're probably okay. Or maybe just rush A. Who cares?
Run it down. Well, maybe just a roll of the dice at the end of this. We'll see. But ping reveal out. No damage to be suffered. Playing back on safe sight lines.
It's a neat little setup with their relay bolt. Makes it hard to clear that dart.
They still are able to get slotted decently far forward here with Mata. One charge. Gets him a run it back. Back around mid. Brock making sure that they haven't gone for this deep forward scaling. They now know that there's a camera somewhere out in the mid. They haven't quite cleared it, and there you go.
It is. Well, got a lot of map control now as NRG. It's just you don't have long C, so KC can lean a little bit more BA. But you might, I mean, the funny thing is they've left Sugetsu over here. A lot of times teams will just leave that player in the cubby by themselves. But with Sugetsu there, this makes this actually
मेका का एक गेम कितने देर चलता है लगभग?
You smoke the front of the choke here. You can maybe isolate this, but you know narrate potentially good for a lot, and Sugetsu is going to be able to give him the early warning.
It's all a bit of a bait for narrate, and there you go. Swings out, finds a kill. Kiko going to be taken down. Sugetsu to plat. Is able to find Mata as well to boot.
8-10 minute ना.
Holding his own. Eventually,
ये full चले.
back into a 2v3
ठीक है.
Scuba yet again. Try to make Camille
अरे NRG तो ये भी हार गई.
Oh,
Oh, never mind. Yeah. मुझे लगा I spoke too soon हो गया. Never mind.
Has the follow-up again. 2 players surviving. NRG continue to make these close, but they cannot close it out.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is just maybe overthinking things a little bit.
मुझे नहीं पता पाजी. मुझे नहीं पता टाइम कितना क्या होता है.
Kind of in the vicinity of that cubby, and they know they're like somewhat aware of it. It's just the execution here from Narrate Sugetsu is just way better, and they're ready for that extra layer, that pinch in through the double doors of just the
एक सेकंड कल EWC में किसका मैच है?
Now what's the answer behind this?
Oh, MIBR का गेम है. 4:30 बजे.
Levin with an operator 2 with the overdrive.
Casey, you got to keep this going.
Shit yaar, I'll have to skip that for LCQ.
Find the value. Do not let that be the way
कोई नहीं.
that you drop this series. You know that NRG are more
Then
than capable of it.
NSG2.
Backpedal going to be coming in, and Kiko finds a headshot. Levin dead. Reveal on the one with the space already taken here on the side is the run it back, going to be committed. Mata's now expiring. Shock darts out. Aves will fall.
तुषार, तुम्हारे बोलने के अलावा मैं शेड्यूल खुद 4 बार देख चुकी हूँ, पर मैं भूल जाती हूँ. तो तुम्हें लगता है तुम्हारा बोला हुआ मुझे याद रहेगा जब खुद का देखा हुआ नहीं याद रह रहा है मुझे. मैं का शुरू हो गया. हाँ, मैं नेक्स्ट गेम से जा रही हूँ. मेरे को सेटअप करना होगा ना, टाइम लगेगा.
NRG looking to make this a 13-7.
GG's.
Kiko has him pinned. NRG will take it 2-1 as they will.
Kiko का शॉट देखना. अरे यार, स्किप हो गया मेरा. होगा क्या इतना पीछे? ज़्यादा पीछे हुआ है शायद.
Backpedal going to be coming in, and Kiko.
Oh, ये तो मैंने देखा था. ये देखा था मैंने. चलो, गुड गेम गाइस. आ जाओ किक पे, आ जाओ किक पे. मैं स्ट्रीम कर रही हूँ मेका एंड फिर फीफा का वॉच अलोंग, ठीक है? सो किक पे आ जाओ. लिंक पिंड है, अगर किसी ने फॉलो नहीं किया है किक पे फॉलो कर लो. लिंक पिंड कमेंट देख लेना फॉर लिंक. ओके, बाय, सी यू ऑन किक. अभी आ रही हूँ, जस्ट अभी आ रही हूँ. In your